Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's 6 p.m. It's Friday night, and I've already forgotten how to do my intro. It's time for Dragons and Things. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am sorry for the delay. Those of you that don't know, behind the scenes, we actually produce Paizo Live over on Paizo's channel. And to swap over from Paizo Live to this here broadcast took a little bit of doing. And I just want to thank my cast, who I believe, I can see my cast here if I just go like this. There we go. I want to thank my cast for all their hard work today to get themselves ready behind the scenes, because normally we call in extra early and we go through all the things. But today, they just managed it all on their own. Also, a quick shout out to all the folks that have been... Sorry, I'm adjusting my camera right now. This is really super professional, and I'm moving it the wrong way, aren't I? There we go. All the folks that have redeemed channel points for NPC Me, I wanted to give you a shout out because, as some of you also know, we've had some tech issues. Had a computer die on us on Wednesday, so we just have not been in a spot where we can get those NPCs incorporated into the broadcast yet. But there's good news, because tonight we are adding in our 5th cast member. This is somebody that I have wanted to work with for a long time, and I'm really excited to have them joining us. It will be a first for all of us, and I'm very, very excited. But they're not joining us just yet. They'll be here when the opportune moment in the story comes up. Speaking of the story, a lot of things happened over the first 2 episodes. This is episode 3. If you missed the other ones, okay, we're about to catch you up because I'm about to read a recap for you. If you're joining us from Paizo Live, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for the patience in singing around. Huzzah! We do have those channel points going. We have the donation effects going. Huzzah! And as a reminder to even our own cast members, I'm going to be reading a story, which will start story time, and then we'll all tell a story after that. Oh. In Pathfinder 2nd edition, in the world of dragons and things. So that'll begin here momentarily, Ashley. We're moments away.
Are you talking to me? I'm in a purple galaxy right now.
Huzzah! All right, I'm going to tell my story, and then, once I'm done telling my story, we're going to tell our story together. In fact, this is technically your story, because you are the ones that made this happen. So, last time on Dragons and Things. The newly formed crew were put to the test against a group of enemies posing as Knights of Arendar, as both Hallie, a new NPC has been added, as both Hallie and Meyer were laid low by the foes. Luckily for them, Lyra came to, grew some fangs, started biting people, ate a few pieces of others, and yelled about fire and water, water, water. While this was a valiant effort, it proved to be too little to turn the tide. When all seemed lost, however, the very fabric of reality seemed to shift and tear, centered around Alex. For a time, at least, the power of the universe seemed to be hers. The rogue made quick work of the enemies she faced, while 2 others turned and ran from the scene at full speed. There was no time to lose, a chase was afoot. So, after healing, pretending to drink wine, questioning if they were in a cave, and delving into a discussion of shared dream realities, they set off. While tracking their foes, Lyra sang, Hallie miraculously teleported from person to person, and Meyer took extensive notes. Alex, however, stayed on the trail and was just in time to see one of the villains devoured by giant ants. Now seemingly back on rails, the party stealthily snuck past the insects and cornered the remaining man. Surprisingly, they did not immediately ask his name, but discovered him to be a young person deluded by a mysterious group into helping them with nefarious tasks. He informed the party about some large crates to be delivered to the House of Cleansing Flame as part of codename Big Bold Baddie. The greatly injured young man agreed, upon threat of death, to lead the group to the crates. When on his first steps towards said goal, alerted the giant ants and was left to die screaming, as Lyra was a little tired and no one else seemed to object. Eventually the group found their way to the loading dock and located 3 large crates. One labeled A, a second L, and a final one they did not see a letter on. After attempting to pry the box with the A open, the party was blasted when the lid came crashing outwards, propelled on a wave of pressurized, noxious fumes. The gas made the party hack and cough, but as it began to clear, they realized that inside the box was Alex. Unfortunately, that may not be their only concern, as the other two boxes begin to make the same mechanical whirring sound that this one made before exploding outward. So as you attempt to regain your composure, and these other boxes begin to make noise, what do you do?
Read comments!
I knew it. I knew you could do it.
You're gonna get there.
I believed in you the whole time. It was me. I want you to know. I'm gonna take this. Go ahead.
Legend of Katie. I like hers. We make confetti. Do I make confetti? You make confetti. I don't know.
Katie, I feel like you'll like these nails.
They look great. No, do that again. I want to see them.
They're nostalgia nightmare.
Oh, they're kind of scary, but I like them.
Ooh, somebody has tossed a coin. Nessie of the lake called Ness has tossed a coin, and somebody has changed the weather. It is now confettiing in world. There is confetti raining from the sky.
Definitely Katie.
Hey.
Oh, Katie finally got to do it?
Oh, did you do it? Sarah BC1 says rails? There are rails? And that seems, I mean, we haven't even started yet, and you're already saying that.
They exist. You may not know where they are, but they exist.
Fear Ash says Diana is very quiet. But you're not quiet.
Still?
Oh, you mean you can't hear her?
Can you hear me?
I was like, she's not quiet. She's doing great.
What?
But no, but can we?
Okay.
I can hear you just fine, Diana.
Yeah.
People out there hear me?
You are a little quiet, but to me.
Okay, Imp in my head says just a bit. She's a little faint.
I will.
Oh, it's Ed Moore says it's.
I want to say this. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry.
I want to say this comment from Raja 012. It says, "Nice sleeves, Megan. Thanks, they're my favorite."
They're cool.
Thanks.
And okay. Zach Attack 77 was saying, Meyer, the note man, boldly documenting the escapades of our heroes like no one ever did before. That's you, Jim. Oh, Jim, you're muted. Oh, now we can't hear Jim.
Jim, have you been trying to talk this whole time? Oh, there he is.
There you are.
Yeah,
there
sure.
you are.
I've said all kind, like we had whole conversations.
That's not surprising. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
You should read a comment.
You didn't even notice. I should read one
did.
comment. Here we go.
Yeah, you read a comment.
Yeah, well, actually, Ready Player One said can't hear me, so that gave me things weren't going too well. There was one. It was Nontrasec wanted to know what my nails looked like. They're not exciting. They look okay today, but I'm not going to show them off because I have a weird I don't know. I had a thing happen where I'll show them off anyway. You want to see my wound? I have a wound.
What happened to you?
A wound.
It's just nothing. It's just what happens. You know, you never get the weird skin that you have to get rid of on your fingernail, and then it hurts real bad.
Lyra, heal him.
It's
Water.
That's not.
I'm just saying. I think it worked. But just to be fair, I can't use water again today, so I'm gonna have to sleep first.
Oh no!
Well,
I gotta see.
Critical.
So
Critical
I can't really
use water.
I know, it's so critical. For the wine.
Phantom Trickster 1 was saying, yay, story time.
That's
a new name. My name.
I think
we got a new one, right?
Fixed your audio, Diana.
Oh, yes? Can you guys hear me
so.
better?
Yeah.
Because I'm scrolling up on the chat and I can't see. Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
There she is.
Hello.
But did we gain a new member?
We don't know yet.
Not yet.
I mean,
No,
there is another
not us.
Alex. There is another
Not
Alex
us.
in that box. Okay.
I mean, did someone? Where does it talk about Because we did a lot of huzzas.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
I'm so confused.
Earlier on.
Never mind.
what is
You know
Ashley
what?
got?
I'm gonna just let it go.
Ashley wants to talk about who the new member is, but that will happen in story. Ashley,
No.
I know who it is.
No.
It's another Diana. Because we're
I know.
we're gonna have
I'm
two
very
Dianas.
confused.
Alex. 2 Alexes.
Very confused,
It's
but that's
me.
not what I'm talking about.
Who, Alex?
You said
It's
oh, we
460.
So how old is
460.
him? 460.
Go ahead, Ashley. What's going on?
Never mind.
You can speak.
I can't explain it. I don't know how to explain it because I don't have the wording. RPG. I know that one. Role-playing game.
Lucky, you get out of my office.
Uh-oh.
Do not be in here. Get out of my office, dog.
Aw, poor
Yeah.
doggy.
Yeah. Get outta here.
Lucky, I miss you. Can't wait to
Okay,
pet
is
you
everybody
one day.
ready?
Oh,
Jim,
yes.
are you ready?
I figured it out. Sky Lily helped me. Sky Lily said she wants to know subs.
Oh,
We gained
Oh.
people.
read those.
Yes.
Talking about
Yes.
subs.
That's what I'm trying to find.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
33 months of subscriptions has happened on their birthday for Kitsu723. They resubbed the 33rd month.
Kitsu! Happy birthday.
Sarah BC1
Oh my gosh,
is
happy
hosting
birthday.
us.
Thank you,
Paizo
Sarah.
rated us. We got a huzzah from Angle Cavalier. Or maybe that was supposed to be
Angel.
Angel. I'm
It's
not sure.
Angel. It's Angel Cavalier. Yep.
Yep.
That's a cool name.
Elftiro, I think, resub for 10 months. Takis followed. Phantom Trickster gifted a sub, or was gifted from BC1, excuse me. We got another follow from Super Baka Bros, or Baka, Super Baka Bros. Another follow from Mauve Avenger. A gifted sub again from Sarah to J Matthews 85. Some huzzahs from Sarah from Sky Lily, and Gary Bones and Furash. An NPC me for Zippy Karma 6075 is coming up, obviously in the future. We got some cheers from Kitsu723. Katie made confetti fall from the sky. An NPC me for Ready Blair 1. Slitlid cheered, and I think that has all of it at this point.
Thank you so much. That is what I
Yeah,
wanted
thank
to know.
you guys. Dat
Well,
fam,
thank
best
you,
fam.
everybody else. Dat fam, best fam. All right, so Hallie and Meyer. The world is spinning. You've both taken the full brunt of the heavy wooden lid flying away from the box and are lying on the ground. As you attempt to right yourself through the pain, you find yourselves coughing violently, temporarily choked by the gas released by the pressurized explosion. Lyra and Alex. Having avoided the flying piece of wood, you're still standing. However, you two fight back the tears as the gas stings your eyes and burns your throat.
This is awful.
Real.
A few things happen during these moments of coughing. First, the front faces of the other two boxes suddenly burst outwards, narrowly missing those of you still standing. The same noxious fumes fuel this release, and very suddenly you find that all 3 boxes are open. Directly in front of you, another Alex stands within the crate.
Oh
Inside
no.
the box to the left, you start to make out the view of another Lyra.
What?
What?
Ah,
And
this is
finally,
a weird dream.
in the box to the right, a third Alex becomes visible.
Are you kidding me? There's 3?
Well, you make 3.
minute.
You make 3, so there's 2
Oh,
others in
man.
addition to you, Alex.
Okay.
The Alexes have short swords and daggers in hand, while the Lyra appears to be armed with a sickle in one hand and a spear in the other.
Oh, I have nothing.
All 3 figures open their eyes.
Oh no. Oh, this is very sad.
What
Wait, does
do
she have
you
red?
do?
Does Lyra have red hair or blonde hair? Which one are we working with?
The Lyras that you see have a reddish blonde hair.
Oh no, guys. That was not a good time. This is not going to be good. This is not going to be good.
I'm gonna
Oh, no.
stand I'm gonna stand there ready with my rapier and my dagger out. I don't know what's going on as trying to wipe the tears from my face from the gas.
Well, hello. Hi. Hi. Well, this is really weird.
Lyra, as you say hi to them, all three figures look at you, and you're staring at yourself and two other Alexes, and they grin. But it's not a grin that's full of any happiness, and their eyes all focus on you. And we're going to roll initiative.
Oh, what? Gosh!
I was just trying to be friendly.
She was just trying to be friendly.
I really was.
All right, what do we have for those initiatives?
17
15.
for Alex.
18 for
Alex.
Lyra.
Alex is on a 17. Lyra's on... Whoops, hold on. Lyra's on an 18. Got it. Then Alex. All right, what else we got?
15.
15 for Holly.
15 for both Jim and Megan. So I guess who has the higher dex bonus?
I got a
I'll just
+2.
defer to Hallie.
Well, actually, who has the higher
I'll
perception
allow her to
bonus? It's not a dex bonus. Who has the higher perception?
4.
4 for Megan?
I'll just let Hallie go first.
Okay, that's fine. I rolled an 18 and then get to add my bonuses to it. So I will be going first. Or I should
Which
say
one of you?
all of them, actually.
I'm
I'm not fancy like Jim where I roll multiple initiatives. Ugh, jeez. That'd be so much. So
Good.
the first thing that happens with the Alex that was directly in front of you guys as you started when you first opened the box. This Alex actually, as I mentioned, was armed with a short sword and rapier. So this, or excuse me, I'm sorry. I said they had short swords and daggers in hand. I apologize. My fault. In fact, thank you for reminding me, as daggers come flying through the air towards you, Lyra.
It's very unfortunate.
One dagger from each of them comes flying towards you.
No.
Are they like
Lyra.
fighting in unison?
They're not. Their movements are not identical, but they're very similar. And remember that with confetti flying through the air, with confetti in the air, you get a -1 to all your perception checks, but you get a +2 to any healing that you receive. So, Lyra, I know that the one from the Alex that was not directly in front of you misses, but the other one, I think that's going to be a hit with a 21.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oof.
All right, so you are going to be taking 4 points of damage as one of those daggers lodges itself just in your lower ribs on your right-hand side.
Not great.
They both begin moving out of the box, and as they move, they draw rapiers.
Gosh.
One of them heads towards you, Lyra, and the other steps up to you, Alex. The one that moved towards Lyra is going to take a swing with the short sword. So Lyra, now there is the main one.
Not great.
Targeting you. This is a 15 to hit.
That's exactly mine. AC.
Then you are going to take damage from this.
Are we sure?
Sword. Yeah, we're positive. Yeah, that's going to be another 4 points of damage as the blade slashes out at you. Alex, you now are fighting yourself.
Yeah, that.
A 13, I don't think, hits you.
No, it does not. And I have nimble dodge.
Good job.
You should be nicer to yourself, Alex.
Yeah, you're
Right?
not. You kind of know what to like. In a weird way, you know what to expect. You've never fought yourself, but you kind of recognize what's happening, so you're able to avoid that. However, the Lyra does something pretty interesting.
I'm sorry.
The Lyra is going to sort of the first thing that Lyra does is throw her spear towards this Lyra. So this Lyra, you are suffering a lot of
Why is everyone
attacks.
picking on me? Can I catch the spear? Can I do some kind of acrobatic thing?
To be fair,
you
it's
could catch
you
it
picking on you.
Yeah, with your body, you can catch it. This is a 13 to hit, so I do think you avoid that.
Oh yeah, that's good. Can I catch it? On the side.
However, it would be, but you didn't do it. Flames start. Excuse me, not flames so much. Basically, you guys know, like, on a hot day when you can see the heat kind of radiating off the ground? That's what you start seeing emanating from this Lyra. And Alex, you're the closest one to that. You're not necessarily feeling heat so much as you're just starting to feel that sort of, like, pressure of heat wave. But it's not hot as of yet. And that is all that those emanies are going to have. So that takes us to the perhaps real Lyra's turn.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so I get 3 turns. I would like to, I noticed that all of the Alexes, 2 of them are attacking me, right? Or no, 1.
There is an Alex and a Lyra attacking you. However, you were actually attacked by both Alexes, but the other Alex moved to fight. We'll call it, you know what? We'll call them Doppel-Alex or Doppelix and Doppel-Lyras.
Can I tell the difference between our Alex and those 2, or do they look exactly the same?
I mean, for this moment, they are looking. You can roll a perception check, but that will count as an action. But for just a cursory glance, they look very similar. It's not the exact same clothing, so you can technically by the clothing distinguish your Alex. It's a slightly different cut. Mm-hmm.
Great. So what I want to do, because I know who Alex is right now, the good one. So I want to cast message. Well, yeah, you're right next to me. Oh, we're friends.
I'm making a joke.
But I'd like to cast message on the real Alex that I know is fighting next to me and on our team, please.
Okay. You
my
do
first
that thing.
Okay. Alex, can you hear me? Alex.
Yes. Okay. You don't have to yell.
She's also right next to you, Lyra, just to be clear.
Exactly. I just look over at you and glare at you.
I'm sorry. I just really wanted to make sure so that I didn't get you guys mixed up. Okay. All right. So there's that one. And then I would like to, I see that Lyra, the other Lyra, has decided to start, like, emanating heat, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you know what? She's not going to be the better Lyra. So I'm going to do a incendiary aura. But before I do that, I would like to move away from Alex with the message.
You can only do one of those things because incendiary aura costs 2 actions.
It does. Oh, blast. Okay. Yep. Well then, I would like to move and cast Divine Lance.
Divine Lance. I believe Divine Lance is a 2-action spell as well.
Really?
Yes, that is 2 actions.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, here we are. I'm just gonna...
You're gripped by indecision. It's so crazy that you're fighting yourself and another Alex. You just don't know what to do. What are you going to do, Lyra? What are you going to do? Divine Lance. All right, at who?
Well, I'm going to... myself. My Lyra.
Yourself. Okay. You're going to target the other Lyra that's on the field. Got it. The Doppel-Lyra.
Stop laughing at me, Jim Jam.
Okay,
No,
you
I'm
go
not.
ahead and
No, I'm
roll
not.
your d20.
Okay. Do I have a reroll? Hold on, I'm looking.
I don't know. Do you?
I'm
Look
looking.
at the tracking.
You
I
have
do.
3 rerolls. Yes, you have 3 hero points.
You? I would like to definitely use one.
Okay, go ahead.
You have to use the next one.
Yeah, I like where this is
Different
headed.
dice.
Yep.
Dice. I rolled a
This is
3
great.
and a 2. 20! 20 out of that.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
20.
that is a
Three,
critical hit.
Okay.
So
So then 1d4
you
plus 4.
1d4 plus 4 and then double.
Oh, sweet. Ooh. 3, 7 times double 14.
14 points of damage. This Lyra takes a direct hit from this energy and reels back. But while there is a lot of damage, like physically, you can literally see like the actual
sorry.
damage that you're doing to the Lyra, where the flesh is sort of crisping and not burning, but it's that energy that you've done. That Lyra sort of whips back and then looks up at you and smiles.
Oh,
Begins
that's
laughing.
creepy.
And begins laughing wildly. But you have hurt this Lyra. This will take us to Alex's turn.
The Alex that's in front of me, I'm going to attack.
Yeah, that is great.
Ooh, okay. We're starting off good. So that's
Yeah, girl.
19 on the die plus 6, so 15. Wow, no, 25. Math, it's hard.
Okay, so you got a 25 to hit that one?
Yes, sir.
And what are you attacking with?
With my
Describe it.
rapier. My
Rapier,
rapier.
okay. Great,
Just
cool. So you
drive it
stab
right
out.
into her. Yeah.
Great. And how much damage do you do?
Let's see. 6. 6 points.
6 points of damage.
Yeah, no, level 1 Alex is not.
No, that's great. Again, you feel the familiar sensation of your rapier, digging into this person. The weather has changed all around you, which we will address in just a second. As you push that blade in, you know that you push it out the other side. This is a clean hit for you, and you see the blood on the blade. But again, this Alex looks at you
Yes.
and smiles.
I'm going to try and attack her again.
Get it, girl.
Okay, great.
I say that.
In the meantime, while this is happening, it does begin snowing around.
I love snow.
It is growing colder by the moment. If you stay in the snow for too long, you will become fatigued. That is not something that's going to happen to you right now, but you know if you stay out here and it maintains this cold condition, that will eventually happen to you. Go ahead, Alex. What was your second attack? And then I'll get to you, Lyra.
Don't worry about it. It was a 3 on the die, so nothing. It just kind of
Okay.
wishes through the air.
Lyra, what was your thing?
Does the snow bother the fire, Lyra? Does it,
It
bother
doesn't
her?
seem to affect her in any noticeable way. No. There's a new follow. Thank you for the new follow. So Alex, was that all of your actions?
That's 2 actions.
right.
I
Somebody
would
tossed a coin.
no, I would just well, you know what, whatever. Let me go crit hunting. -4. Here we
Hey,
go.
look, you got to roll. Let's
You
make it
got
happen.
this.
No, that's a 16 minus 4, 12. No.
Okay, that is not going to do it. This Alex sort of laughs at you with that first stab and basically just grabs your blade and pulls it out looking at you and laughs. So your next attack, as you try to just sort of pull it out of their hand and swipe at them, you miss wildly. You're so caught off guard by this action. Hallie, it is your turn. You see an Alex fighting an Alex, and then you see another Alex fighting your Lyra, and then a Doppellyra is just off to the side, emanating some type of heat wave that you haven't seen before. But again, there's no heat getting to you as of yet.
So from where I am, looking at both Alex and Lyra, who seems, from what I could perceive, to be in the most danger? I'm gonna guess Lyra, because the other Lyra is on fire and has been stabbed.
I mean, she appears to be the target of two individuals. It would be hard to say. I mean, your Alex did seem to land a pretty solid hit, but so did your Lyra. So it's kind of up to you.
So then I first of all, Hallie is dazed, very confused, and is just trying to get her bearings. Also, because I am clumsy too, I'm gonna have to make a DC flat check to see.
And you know what? You know what, Hallie? I did forget something, and I forgot this on Lyra and Alex's turn. So I'll get them on their next turn. Is what I'm gonna do.
Oh,
but Hallie, you are stunned too, as are you, Meyer. Alex and Lyra, you were stunned 1, so you each would have had 1 less action that turn.
Oh,
Alex, that didn't impact you. Lyra, it did impact you. So we'll deal with that when we get to it. But Hallie, what that means for you is you lose 2. You only have 1 action this turn.
Well, that's gonna change a lot of things I can do. Okay.
Not great.
So,
that's more or less what that means. It technically means you lose 2 actions, so you could lose, whatever, however you want to think about it. Yeah.
Basically, I only have powers that allow me that are 1 action.
Yep.
Right.
You could also stand up would be an action as well.
Oh, okay. I'll stay on the ground, and I'm gonna see if I can do anything. I rolled a 20, so I can do it.
Hey, all right.
So,
all right.
Looking now at the things I can do, I'm going to cast Forbidding Ward on Lyra, on our Lyra, the Lyra I know is our Lyra, so this says against the attacks of a target enemy. So I'm going to say against the Alex, she's currently going up. Whomever I can perceive between the alternate Lyra and alternate Alex seems to be the more dangerous. I'm going to do that. It's going to give you a +1 status bonus to armor class and saving throws against that particular enemy's attack.
Thank you.
Sure. So probably the Alex that is directly in front of Lyra trying to stab her to death. You will get a +1 to your AC and saves.
Never mind, erase it all because that is a 2-action thing.
That is a 2-action thing.
So sorry. Instead,
that was really great.
I will do. Gee, can I only cast shield on myself?
Yeah.
Do you have a weapon?
Shield is just yourself.
You can.
No.
Do you have a weapon?
I wanted to cast it. Okay, how about guidance? Is that going to do anything?
Yes, guidance works. Yeah, it'll work on any of us.
Okay, great. Guidance on Lyra.
Thank you.
Now, you have a +1 status bonus to 1 attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check that you attempt before the duration ends. So you have until your next turn, basically.
So for 1 turn, you get a +1 to an attack, or save, or skill check. Got it.
Yeah, you choose.
So,
thank you.
So Hallie, you're welcome. Hallie's just kind of looking around, and she just kind of all of a sudden throws something at you, Lyra, and what you get are these super cool teal headphones, and she's like, "You're super helpful. Try that."
Oh, I love them so much. Do they play music?
Don't die.
Okay.
Maybe. I think it's possible. It depends on which century.
Been to a couple of those.
In the meantime, it is no longer cold. The snow, I mean, it's not warm, but it is warmer than snow. The snow basically turns to rain. So it is now raining around you, and that is due to Gary K 532's channel point redemption.
Thank you, Gary.
All right, Gary.
Making it rain. So basically what that means is all visual perception checks are at a -1. That is mechanically what that means. Meyer, it is your turn. We are finally to the investigator. You have 1 action. What is it?
Stand up.
You stand up.
Poor
The
Jim.
man is
it.
of many words, but he's got it. Okay, that takes us back to the top of the round. Lyra,
No.
this Alex that is in front of you
Is
attempts to stab you with a rapier, followed by a short sword, the whole time staring at you and laughing maniacally.
so rude.
And so what's going to happen here, Lyra, is that you are going to suffer these 2 attacks. The first one is the rapier. And that hits a dirty 20.
Yeah.
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 That deals, minimum damage to you, 3 points of damage. So it stabs at you. The short sword misses, but you, Lyra, cannot take your eyes off of what's happening in front of you as this Lyra just laughs. Or this Alex just laughs at you, and you are under the effects of an intimidating glare. So
Ooh,
what
I
this
have that.
means...
How dare her.
Really? Alex has what Alex has? Interesting.
I have that. Yeah, I took that.
Intimidating glare.
I know you're.
So...
Shut up. Shut up.
Lightning. Oh,
So-
this
It's okay, it
must be
happens
an
to all of us.
So, Lyra, you can use your +1 of guidance on your saving throw, if you would like,
Okay.
here.
Save.
Because you're attempting to save against an intimidation check
Yes, please.
of
There's no save on intimidation checks.
17. What's that?
Oh, there's no save?
There's no save. She has a will
There
DC,
isn't?
which is 10 plus her wisdom.
Oh, right.
So, yeah,
Right,
it's
right,
10
right.
plus
What's your
her
wisdom
will
modifier?
5.
Sorry.
Her will saving throw.
Remember,
modifier.
diet rules, everybody. Diet rules. Jim's telling me how to play this game while we go.
It's 5.
What is... How much is it?
5.
5.
So you succeeded on your
16.
intimidating.
Yeah. What did I say? 16 or 17? What did I say?
17. Either way, it's a success.
17. So,
not great.
yeah, it's not
Yes,
great.
Megan.
Go ahead,
Is there
Megan.
a way to get rid of stunned? Is there something we can do
You already
to
did.
get
already
rid of-
did.
You're now no longer stunned.
Oh, what did I
Once
do?
you lose those actions, you're not stunned anymore.
Oh, good to know. Sweet. What about concealed?
Don't feel.
That's gonna be a
Clumsy?
problem, depending on why you're
Yeah.
concealed.
I'm
I
I don't let it
out of
go. Let
space-time.
it go.
Lyra, you are very afraid of this Alex. You are, in fact, frightened 1 of this Alex.
What does that mean?
So on all of your checks and DCs, you suffer a -1.
Yeah.
Well, you have guidance, though. Remember, that'll take
In
it
the
out.
Still have that?
meantime, until
For 1 round.
yeah, I mean for 1 round.
Okay, great. I'm gonna use it.
Alex,
Yes.
the Alex in front of you attempts the same thing. 2 slashes, 1 with a rapier, 1 with a short sword.
Okay. +2, because I'm nimble dodge. Come at me, bro.
The rapier hits a 19.
17, 18, 19. That is with nimble dodge, yes. That hits.
Okay, and the short sword does miss. You take 4 points of damage from the rapier, and you two are going to have to tell me your wisdom score +10, I believe. That was the number, right, Jim?
It's the will save modifier. So if you were going
will
to
save
make a will
modifier.
save, Diana, yeah, if you were gonna make a will save, what would you
Oh,
add?
make a will save? +5.
If you were
So
going
fif-
to make one. So right.
Oh.
So the DC is 15. To
Yeah.
intimidate her.
Okay, so you know that you're not afraid of yourself, Alex, and you manage to hold off on that. However, the Doppellyra does seem to have some different things in mind. The Doppellyra targets you, Alex, with a spell. And
Oh.
real Lyra, you recognize this spell. It's something that you feel like you could do. This is a 19 to hit.
Do you, did I know this person? Did I know this Lyra was attacking me? No. So no, it's because my AC. Nope, 17. Yep, it hits. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Unfortunately, you're gonna take some damage.
That's not great.
It's
That's
not
great.
good, Alex. So the first thing is that this bolt of fire lashes out from this Lyra. It sort of spins and warps as it goes, and it hits you. And in your line of work, you've been hit by fire attacks before. This one burns you for 8 points of damage.
Ow.
But then,
not good.
then you're standing in the incendiary aura. And so when that fire spell hits you, you catch on fire, Alex.
No, I don't have water. Ah!
And you will now be taking 4 points of persistent fire damage until the fire is put out.
Do I take 4 right now? Yes?
At the end of your turn,
The
end of my
your
turn?
It takes it
Okay.
takes on the end of your turn.
Yeah.
I am not feeling good.
Oh.
And then this Lyra steps up to Hallie, walks out of the box and steps right up to Hallie, and stares at her, but can do nothing else, as that is 3 actions.
There's a Hallie?
Never mean.
Well, you're Hallie.
Me.
Oh, I thought
no.
meant like a Hallie comes out of the box.
No, a different Lyra.
No.
The other Lyra.
Sorry.
No,
sorry.
no. Doppellyra approached Hallie.
Everyone follow
For
me?
me.
We got a lot of Lyras, we got a lot of Alexes, and 1 Hallie. Okay.
However, there is one last thing that happens. There is a roar from just around the corner, and Lyra and Alex, you recognize this roar, and it grows louder as it approaches. And suddenly, Crag comes barreling around the corner, and what happens, Crag? It is now your turn.
Oh no.
I run around the corner, and I say, "Is Alex here?"
Yes!
I scan the room, and I yell, "Identify yourselves, fiends!"
The Alexes begin all raising their hands.
Oh no.
The two
No.
Doppel Alexes.
Oh gosh.
No. Crag, it's me. I'm here. I'm the one I've been looking for you. It's me.
You're who? She's on fire.
I'm gonna take my dagger and slice like a little like nick in my forehead to make sure that he knows this is me.
That'll prove.
Just in case he isn't killing me!
Roll damage.
You're on fire! There's a big
Also
middle ground
actively
between you and the other Alexes.
I'm the real Alex, and I'll prove it by stabbing myself in the head.
Trying to help. I don't know.
It's me!
So I see an
messaged
Alex on
you.
fire. I see a person on fire that cuts themselves, and I see people raising their hands. And does anyone else say anything?
Yes.
I say hello.
Hallie, I knew you weren't
Random
dead.
Oh.
weird person.
So
Awesome.
Crag, as you begin your turn, I have something important to tell you. While you're trying to get your bearings straight and you're trying to understand exactly what you're seeing, because there's a woman on fire in front of you, there's 2 other women that look like that, they're fighting, there's 2 other blondish, red-haired-ish women, there's one that's blonde, the other one's kind of got red hair, but they both look very similar, everybody's fighting, and suddenly, you feel the muscles in your body start to expand. and you can feel the energy and the power start to course through you as Sarah BC1 has just purchased the power of the universe. And Crag,
the power of the universe!
You are now level 10 for the next 10 minutes. When I start my timer, it begins, so you start your turn.
Holy cow. Well, this is a completely different ball game. Sarah, thank you. So, I don't recognize anyone. They're on fire, cutting themselves. I hear people talking. The raising the hands is suspect. I'm gonna sudden charge one of the raised hands people. They didn't identify themselves.
Wait, but I would like to.
I'm sudden charging one of them. I'm charging up and smashing them with this maul.
Oh my gosh.
You guys don't recognize. It's just a weapon.
Just a weapon.
It's just a weapon.
Just a mall.
Go ahead, Craig. Are you just to note? Are you raging?
I'm not raging.
Okay.
I'm calm.
Okay.
This is a calm charge.
This is calm, but the power
calm.
is surging through you.
The power is surging. That is a critical failure. One on the die. What is
No!
It's a 20. Wait, do I get
what?
Oh,
Well,
at level 10,
unfortunately. Go ahead.
What's happening?
I have a 19 bonus on my attack.
So, Crag, what you have done is you have barely avoided a critical failure, I believe, if Jim can correct me if I'm wrong, because you rolled a 1, which takes what would be whatever your attack was, it takes it down 1. So in other words, normally a 1 would be a miss, so a 1 would add that to a critical failure. So instead, you basically start charging, you feel this energy, and it sort of like throws you off balance, so you kind of stumble, and you swing, and you know you would have connected had you not stumbled there. And you can feel the power that would have been brought down as you smash into the side of this box. And you have you have one more action, right? Because that was 2 actions to do the sudden charge. Is that correct? There's a bit bomb from the Cadence.
Thank you, Cadence.
Woo!
Can I regroup and swing again at
You can regroup and swing again at your -4 or whatever it is, -5, whatever.
Yeah. That was my first. That was my first roll in like forever. Going again. Okay, much better. You said -4.
Whatever your attack. I think you're
It's -5.
27.
Whatever your second
Minus
attack
5.
was.
-5, 26 then.
No, wow.
26.
Nice.
This
Get him.
is for this Alex. This is not a critical hit,
Unbelievable.
But it's a hit.
but it is a hit.
Okay.
Do your damage.
This is a very powerful one.
It's 8.
8 points of damage is significant. This was actually the one that was attacking Lyra because it was the closest to you. So through that whole action, you stumbled, you fell, you smashed the side of the box, you managed to regroup and still just drive your maul right into the gut of this Alex, and it looks up at you and it begins laughing. But Crag, you notice one other thing, and Lyra, you notice this as well on this Alex as you're looking at this Alex. The skin around her eyes begins to sort of pull back. And you watch as the eyelids sort of recede and raw pink tissue replaces them. And it's as if the skin on this Alex's face starts to peel off.
Ooh. Well, that's disgusting.
It is now Lyra's
My
turn.
Wow, lots just happened. Whoa. I knew you weren't dead. See, Alex? Oh, Alex. Wait. Will one of my rolls be if I talk to Alex?
Remember,
Yes,
Lyra,
Lyra.
you're losing 1 turn. You're losing 1 action this turn. You only have 2 actions.
I only have 2. So is this one if I talk to her in message?
But
You
can. You know what? You can talk for free. Just talk. What do you got, Lyra?
Okay, Alex, raise your hand.
Yeah.
Raise your hand.
Okay. Raise
Okay,
it.
Craig.
So all
that's
three
the one
Alexes
that-
are now have their hands raised.
No, only the one that's messaged because I said it very quietly and only so she could hear it. So I turned to Craig. Craig, the one raising her hand, that's our Alex.
Alex or
I'm on
Craig, you
fire.
look and there's
I'm on
and
fire.
the one that's on fire is just like her both hands are in the air as she's trying to like put out the flames. And the other one, Alex, has her hand still up, and then this Alex that you just hit, you knocked that hand down. That one was having his hand raised.
I only messaged one Alex. How did they all do that? Fine.
Lyra, what are your two actions?
Okay. I would like to. Who's in front of me? Just the Alex that's
Raid!
crazy-eyed.
Yes, Raid.
Yes, the Alex that is
Crazy-eyed.
now crazy-eyed, and the skin is starting to peel back.
Okay. I would like to do another. Oh, I only have two. Can I do a divine lance? That's one or two. Two.
It's two actions.
Two.
So you can do that once at anybody you want.
No, I would like to do my produce flame. Two actions at Alex, but the one in front of me, the bad one.
The one in front of you. Okay, great. You hit that one with produce flame if you are successful. So roll your d20.
14 on the die.
That's a 21. That will hit.
Okay. 1d4 plus 4 would be 7.
I think you're only dealing. Yeah,
1d4
no, you're right.
plus
Yeah,
4?
7. Yep. Yep,
7.
you're right. So this Alex that is on that his skin is peeling off and still laughing at you and reeling back from the hit begins burning in the fire, but does not go down. However,
It's okay.
Alex is a very beautiful woman. This Alex, not at this point. There's skin peeling off, on fire, bloody, broken ribs probably. This is just not a pretty sight here. Okay, that was the end of Lyra's turn. It is now Alex's turn. The real we think. The real Alex's
Okay,
turn.
so I take 4 points of fire.
At the end of your turn. The end of your turn.
At the end.
You are on fire, so you have a chance to put it out if you want.
Yes. Take a. Oh no, there's no 5-foot steps here. I'm gonna try and put it out.
Okay. Jim, is that just does she just have to take an action to put out the fire, or does she have to?
Yeah, she
roll
basically
for-
Roll
can
on the
make
ground.
what it allows her to do is it allows her to make a save. Every action she spends allows her to make a save against the burning effect.
So make a save, Alex. Let's go with
Oh.
what is that? Fortitude, probably, Jim, or will?
I don't know. Reflex, maybe?
I'm just gonna make it up. What do you got, Alex?
19 plus 8, 27. Right?
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
know the
Yeah,
math.
the fire goes
Whatever.
out. Sure. You have 2 more actions. I'm fine with it. It's okay. I'm okay. Let's move on. We'll
I'm
look
gonna
up
try-
those rules later.
And stab the Alex in front of me.
Great. Attempt to stab away.
That's a 1.
That is a critical failure. You jab out with your rapier, I assume,
Yes.
and this Alex knows that this attack is coming because you've been sort of doing this. Dodge it out of the way. Your rapier actually drives into the box and gets stuck there. You can take one more action to pull the rapier out, or you can leave it there and take your final action with your, I assume, dagger or short sword in your other hand.
No, I'm gonna try and pull out the dagger, the rapier, because it makes a lot more damage.
Great.
So
You do pull it out, but that takes your action.
okay.
So that is the end of your turn. It is now Hallie, your turn, and you are staring face to face with a Lyra. You do notice, Hallie, that this Lyra, she appears as she's laughing to choke on something. And
Oh no.
very quickly thereafter, she starts hacking up something, and in a moment, you actually watch her spit out her own tongue onto the ground.
Ew! That's disgusting. I would never do that.
Nothing about what just happened there is normal, and that's coming from me,
never do
which
that.
you don't know me. You don't know why that's specific. Anyway, I don't think that I want you anywhere near me, so I would like to now use Portal Wound on this Lyra.
Ooh.
Sure, that is I believe that's a cantrip that we created for your class. Is that correct?
Is
Great, go
is
ahead
indeed,
and
and it is a
roll that
range.
attack.
How close is this Lyra? I don't. What are the rules?
They're
on
up in your
ranged
face,
attack?
but I believe in second edition you cannot worry about the ranged attack as long as they don't have the feat attack of opportunity. So you can just use your ranged attack at point blank range, basically.
Right.
Unless you have
That
something
is
like a
going to
bow that
be,
has a specific. Yeah, go ahead.
25.
Nice,
Yeah,
Megan.
that'll do it.
That's
That
great.
is not a critical hit, but that does hit.
Okay. Okay. Come on. 8 damage.
8 damage
And-
is significant.
It's force damage. That matters.
This is force damage. So you actually you watch this woman in front of you just spit up this tongue, and you sort of both look down at it, and then you look back up, and you just almost instinctively you're just ah! And you just sort of blast, and you actually hit this force damage in her face. Her head reels back, hair goes flying off, skin is actually now peeling very similarly if you had seen the Alex before, just peeling off the face. She literally seems like she is falling apart in front of you, but not down yet.
That's weird.
I have 2 things. First thing is,
Yes,
I
go
need
ahead.
to narc on myself because I gotta make that DC flat check 5 to see if I can do that at all. First, I got a 10, so I can.
Nice.
Second, I would like to move. Now, I'm still cursed too, which means I'm just
Clumsy
teleporting
too.
everywhere. So can I clumsy too?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
you act
yes,
as
so
if
can
you
I
act as if you are under the
hop
effects
away?
of abundant step. So yeah, you just as you take a step, you're just now suddenly where you wanted to be at the end of your movement. So you're 25 feet away wherever you
I
want
never
to be.
stood up before.
Oh.
So I imagine. Yeah.
Well, is
So I imagine I end up on my butt
is standing a full movement action, Jim, in second edition?
It's just it's one action to stand up. So just-
Yeah, okay. So basically
Yeah.
you can do so basically you're sitting and then or you're on your back or however you want to think about it, and then you just are suddenly standing. You're just upright standing there. It's pretty cool.
Oh, but I would like to be further away. Can I just pop off and still be on my butt somewhere? I'd rather not stay where this Lyra is.
I'll give you half your movement, sure. Because
Okay,
normally
yeah, I
you'd
just
have to
wanna
stand
move
and
away.
move. So yeah, I'll give you half your movement. So you're
Right.
we'll call it 15 feet. We'll
But
call it 15
I'm-
feet away.
Cursed and clumsy, so I get benefits.
Sure.
Saying.
Okay, that takes us to Meyer's turn. Meyer, there's a lot of stuff happening, and you have stood up.
There's a lot of things happening. And there are going to be more things happening because, once again, Sarah BC1 looked at the
What?
field of players, said, Jim is the one that I dislike the most. I hate Jim specifically.
What?
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 This guy,
Ow.
for all the crimes
Harsh.
he's committed against me, Sarah, get him
Yep,
with more
you're
WoW.
right.
So I have been
Good call, Jim. I missed that.
I have been stricken
I missed
once
that.
again.
No.
So Jim, the forces of reality twist and spin around you. Colors swirl, air picks up, just all centered around you, and you detect that very familiar sort of goosebumps, hair sticking up effect all over your body. Roll a d4, please.
Yep.
This is a wild magic effect from Sarah BC1. What do you got?
4.
4. This
Oh,
isn't.
no.
You know what, Jim? You're actually going to be. You're okay with this one. This is going to be good. Whenever anyone at the table, so you guys, receives a bonus, including from chat. So this is from in-game, whether like Hallie gives a guidance bonus or something that comes from chat. Whenever anyone receives a bonus, it is doubled. So that guidance would have been a +2.
Nice.
But at that moment, you, Jim, lose all bonuses you currently have or are under the effects of.
Oh.
So all bonuses in your slot will be deleted, Jim. You will have no more hero points or buffs, but you will have the wild magic. However, at any time, Jim, you can reverse this effect. And yours will be doubled, and everyone else will lose their bonuses. All you have to do to reverse the effect is say the magic word.
What is it?
Does he know it?
Please.
What did you do? What did you
Jim hates it. Jim hates it.
This is the most convoluted thing I've ever heard in my life. I have no idea what is actually happening, but I'm here for it. Let's go.
Okay, so a
there's
buff just came in. A
Somebody's
buff just
gonna
came
double
into
bonus.
Alex. So Alex, you
Unless
get
it's a
two
cheat.
You get 2 buffs, Alex. So you go from
Thank
13
you.
buffs to 15 buffs, and
Oh,
Jim
I'm gonna
loses
use it.
all of his buffs.
Oh,
I've deleted Jim's
shoot.
buffs.
Man.
Seems very
Jim, I'm
important
sorry.
to the universe that I just
Jim,
I
I'm
get no
gonna-
gold,
yeah.
I have no bonuses.
But you're on
I
our
get
team.
targeted with wild
All right,
magic
quit
all the
whining.
time.
It's a show. We got a show to do. What are you doing? Come on.
Okay, well, I am going to draw a weapon, the sword cane. I am going to actually make my way around the to where Alex is fighting, and I actually want to set myself up so that I am flanking with Alex, and that will probably be all I can do this round. But I really want to set her up because I know she needs teamwork to be fully effective.
Thank you,
So I will set
Jim.
myself up in a flanking position, giving you the option to use sneak attack damage if you hit on your turn.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
That's very funny that I see fractured avatars like with friends like Adam. Who needs enemies? I literally have a whole list of 7 wild magics that Jim wrote, and then 1 that I was just like, I'm just gonna try my hand at it. And you rolled on mine. That was the whole. Like,
Excuse me.
okay, so that takes it to my turn. Lyra, in front of you, that Alex that you sort of watched her face start to peel back, you notice that obviously she's holding these weapons in her hand, and as she stabs out at you with these weapons, you see that the skin is like dripping off of her. And you actually can
just
see
blood.
that it's like that the whole sleeve is sort of wet, and you can infer that is all just loose organic material that's in that sleeve sort of coming out as it lashes out at you with 2 more attacks. 3 more attacks, excuse me. It is going to attack 3 times.
I might be down.
Well, you know what? I'm going to use... Apparently, I have a hero point, which I don't have a hero point. It's called a reroll. I have a reroll, so I'm going to use my reroll on this one here. Because that feels low. Wow! What? Okay, I rolled a 5, a 3, and an 8.
Nice.
Oh,
So-
thank God.
I believe that I have missed you with that one, Lyra.
Yes.
However-
Yes.
The other Doppelira, who is was laughing, in front of Hallie, is now going to attempt the same attack that you did prior. Actually, you know what? It's gonna move up to Hallie and cast a spell while it does so. So that Lyra is going to be casting Produce Flame. So Hallie, this is a 22 to hit, which I think is going to hit you.
How do reactions work?
They're automatic.
If I... Right.
If it's triggered.
Do you have an action that has do you have a reaction? Like a
I do, but
special
it's
Yeah, what do you have?
ability that
trigger
has
says
one?
you attempt to. I have warding sign, but it says you attempt a saving throw against a magical effect. But I haven't rolled yet, so I assume I can't.
There's
do
no
that
save on this. Yeah, there's no save on
Oh.
this.
Sorry.
However,
Shot.
it is minimum damage, so you only take 5 points of damage, but you are in that heat wave, that incendiary aura, and so you also catch on fire, Hallie. And you will now take, on your turn at the end of each round, persistent damage. You will suffer 6 points of fire damage every round at the end of your turn.
Babe.
including this one.
Your turn. So this is not. So we're not to your turn yet. So
Right, so it'll
so
be-
you're okay for the moment. The Cadence just donated 1 buff to each player, so that's technically 2 buffs to each player, except for Jim, who gets nothing.
Oh,
Aww.
Jim.
Oh my goodness, we need. Okay, guys, we need him. Remember,
I
he's
mean,
on our
to be
team
honest,
now.
For as much as I was
Don't-
complaining, it actually is it's a huge net benefit for me to just have no bonuses and you guys to have thousands of them. Overall, it's a huge advantage to our side, so it's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
So that covered the Alex and the Lyra. The other Alex that is fighting our Alex is going to attempt to glare at Crag.
no, leave him
So
alone.
Crag, what's your will save bonus?
Oh, man.
Love this music.
My will save bonus is plus 17 with the power of the universe.
Nice.
You are 22 minutes into your 10 minutes, so you have unfortunately lost
Right.
the power.
10 minutes of real
of the
time or
universe.
10 minutes of...
10
You know
minutes
what?
of real time.
No, don't rip
Of
it.
real time.
Don't rip it. You need that. Oh my god.
So what is your what
There
is
he
your
is, everybody.
current what is your current will? I'll tell you what, Eric. I'll do this because that
No,
was
I got
confusing.
it. No. I got it.
All
No,
right.
it's fine. It's fine. Plus
Can I have it on this turn?
6. Plus
Plus
6.
how much? Plus 6.
Plus
That would make a
6.
16, and I rolled a 16. So you are now frightened 1 of that particular Alex, so you take a -1 to pretty much all your stuffs, I think. However, yeah, that Alex is now going to lash out at this Alex.
It's very confusing. This is all...
It so is. We got this.
I'm
We got
minus
this.
1. I'm frightened 1.
You're frightened 1. But my attack rolls continue to be poo-poo caca, and the highest I got is a 13. So, Alex, I think you avoid the worst of that.
I do.
And as that turn ends, Alex, this Alex who is laughing, you suddenly notice that the jaw is no longer going with the rest of the head, and the jaw starts to tear away from her face.
No.
And it starts to just sort of hang by threads of flesh, and the whole jaw just sort of pulls down and pulls sort of the neck down too. So it's just her jaw's now holding on by skin, just sort of on her chest. And she's still trying to laugh. It's not a laugh anymore. It's like air just. And it is now Crag's
Great
turn.
visual.
And Crag, because I'm a kind, benevolent, and great friend, I'm going to give you 1 action of level 10.
Yes.
Just 1?
Get him.
It.
1 action.
Get it.
That's an attack.
Paint me a picture, Adam. Paint me a picture.
Okay.
Who's in front of me? I have the melting Alex in front of me. The one with the...
Yes.
No?
You have a melting.
That one's
So basically, the Doppelira is just sort of like laser focused on Hallie. It seems Hallie is on fire. Lyra, the quote unquote real Lyra, Ashley Seal Lyra, is still fighting the same Alex that you're fighting, but this one is like literally liquefying in front of you. It's still standing, but there is not much left that is recognizable as Lyra. Like it's just sort of it's almost becoming a skeleton. It's just sort of flesh at this point. And then the Diana is fighting a Doppel-Alex that his jaw has just fallen off.
Are there two people next? Is someone next to that melting Alex? Am I able to cleave? That's what I'm asking. If you give me a level,
you know what? Because I took away your power. I took away your power of the universe. So yes, you can cleave. I'll allow that.
Okay. So you're giving my plus 19 bonus to attack.
I'm giving you your plus 19 bonus. Go for it.
Yeah, Sarah, we did it. We spoke to the manager and we got it. So it's 30 to hit.
30 to hit is a critical hit. That is a critical hit.
Destroy her.
Destroy her.
So that's a 9. And then
9?
Can I swing? Just 9 points. Yeah.
Okay.
I
the
think
9 is enough. You basically swing through and you knock the head clean off. There's barely anything holding on, and that what was a Lyra falls to the ground, and it like splatters on the ground, like liquid and ooze and pus, just
Like gross.
blood just go out from everywhere.
Do I roll?
really
I
gross.
roll again for the next hit. The cleave
You
through?
can roll again. Yep. And that would be the one that Alex is fighting.
That is another 30. Believe it or not.
Whoa.
Another 30. Yeah, that's another critical hit.
30. Gah. And that is a 9.
Now, you sort of, I think, probably were caught off guard by the balance, because normally when you hit something, there's a solid sort of connect, but this just sort of like, almost like liquefied as you connected. So on this next attack, you didn't get quite as much drive as you wanted to. So this Alex is still standing.
Jeez.
But is gross. It looks like the coat is still connected, but it does not look like an arm is connected currently to that Alex.
Oh, that's disgusting.
On
And
the
I'm
one
not
side of it.
scared. Just to be clear, I'm frightened 1, but I'm not scared. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Uh-huh. Now you have one more action, but it's not at a level 10.
Oh.
Oh.
That's.
Just swing.
Oh, I guess
I'm not
I'll
swinging
take a
again.
normal attack.
I guess I'll take a normal attack at a mine. Jeez, does it count as a second attack now? Because I did a cleave. How does that work?
Third attack.
It's a third attack. So what is that? A minus? Ridiculous.
It's minus 10,
I roll-
probably.
I'm gonna roll for minus 10.
Well, it's...
I'm rolling
I
again.
mean, yeah.
I'm swinging again. Come on! Oh no, it's the wrong die. Come
Oh,
on, baby.
you haven't played in so long.
I haven't. 16 plus 3 minus 1, 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Yes.
All right. And it's still. Let's see, I think I wasn't adding bonuses here. I messed up my other rolls, but my sheets are all jacked up. I don't know. How about
Is your
Well, you
red
tore one out.
what? I did tear one up. What do I get for 9 points of damage there, Adam?
You basically, so I mentioned that first swing where you sort of like took off the arm. In this next one, you like spin around and come back around and you connect, and you know that you just literally broke what was this woman in half, and it just collapses to the ground.
Wow.
Again, in a pool of ichor and gross.
Oh, that worked out.
And it felt amazing.
It felt amazing. Lyra, it is now your turn. The only opponent still on the field is the version of you that is just falling apart while chasing Hallie. And Hallie is on the
Yes.
ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
run
on
up
fire.
for- Yeah, I would like to. Am I allowed to? Because I have battle medicine. Can I try to heal Hallie? Like go over and.
Well,
try
you
to,
would
like,
know that the
give her-
first thing you would know that you can do that, but in order to do that, you would want to actually put out the fire first. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
So you can actually take an action
Huzzah?
to put out the fire that is
I
on
would like
Hallie.
to do that. I want to put out
Okay,
the fire to Hallie. So I run over and I
Okay.
put out the fire to Hallie. I don't
Okay,
have
so
water,
that's
but
two
I'm gonna put
actions.
this out somehow.
Great, that's 2 actions, and now you have a third action. And I am going to check Battle Medicine, because I think that Battle Medicine is basically just one... it's just one action. So,
It's just a
Lyra, you can
yeah.
move over there, put out the fire, and then attempt to try to heal some wounds. You can do that.
Or I could
Go for it.
fire this woman.
You could fire this woman, but I don't know what you have that's one action that would fire her.
Fired.
Well, I can do the produce flame again. You know what? No. I see Hallie. I'm gonna heal Hallie. I'm still healing. I'm gonna try. Or can I use the medicine?
Yeah.
I can't heal, but I can use
Absolutely.
the medicine.
You're going to attempt a medicine check. Yep.
Yes, I score that. Oh, I have to roll. Do I have to
Yep.
roll for that?
Roll a d20, and roll a d20 and
I
add
was
your
like,
medicine
and-
skill.
Yes.
Roll d20, add your
Okay.
medicine skill.
Okay, hold on. I got papers. Here we go.
So, Jim,
I got
I'm a
papers.
little confused by the wording of this particular thing. It says, attempt a medicine check with the same DC as for treat wounds and restore the corresponding amount of HP. I'd assume what is the
DC
check
15.
for? It's just DC 15. Okay.
DC 50.
So, what'd you get, Lyra?
Hold on, I want to see if I can. I would like to buff that. So I got 10 on the die plus my 3. So that's 13. And then I would like to use my buffs, which would mean I have 23.
Just. if you're
Yep.
just
Unless I
fighting
can't.
me-
Is it okay? Yeah. I'm
Oh, that's
just-
great. Yeah, Lyra,
don't-
you did exactly what you just said. Yes. You
But
you
can-
rolled
I mean-
you rolled a 10. Your medicine's
Yes.
a plus 3, so that's 13. Is that correct?
13. Yes.
Okay, and then you added
then you
all of
have-
your buffs, which were 10. So
Yeah.
that's
Well, I have
23.
to, right?
That
Michael
beats
Jordan.
15. Yep. So now I believe you heal 2d8 hit points. Is that right?
38.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
2d8. So Lyra sort of runs over, just sort of quickly puts out the fire. She's like the whole time she's saying water. Just wish I could have water.
I'm so
Just sort
sorry.
of like
I'm
very
so
quickly manages to sort of like push your wounds together, and then like from somewhere just sort of pulls out like this thread needle and just
Gently.
very quickly is able to patch you up.
Gently. I do this
So
gently.
you
and
take
I'm
10 hit points
apologizing.
back, I believe.
10.
Megan.
10. Yes.
How many?
You get 10.
10?
10.
Thank you, that's full. Thank you.
Alex,
I feel
it is
so much
your
better. I
turn.
was on fire. It was
I know.
awful. Thank you.
I'm so
Also, thank you
sorry.
for not falling into pieces like the other Lyra. It's okay. I'm just.
That was so disgusting. It's gross. Would never do that.
Oh, good.
I'm going
Alex,
to
it is your turn.
I'm going to acrobatically get over to the last Lyra and try and stab her in the back.
Okay, when you say acrobatically, do you
Stab
want to
yourself in
roll
the
an
back.
acrobatics check, or do you want to just
Yeah,
walk
because
over
I have
there?
to jump over the body, don't I? It's all melted in front of me.
Flavor text I'll give you, yeah. Yeah. You've thought of something I haven't thought of, which is, I could make that difficult terrain, but it's just flavor text. Yeah, you make it over there very
Okay,
cool.
okay.
In the future, I'll make it difficult, yeah.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. All right,
Yep.
I'm going to see if I can stab her in the back. So that's my second action. Here we go. 18. 18?
18, that's your
Yes,
first
because
attack,
that's me.
though. That's not your
Oh, no,
second,
it
it's
might-
not your second action, that's your first attack. So
Oh.
this is your first attack at your normal bonus.
Yes. Yeah, I counted right. Yes. 12 plus
Okay.
6.
Great, how much damage do you do, because this does connect?
Ooh, yes. Max damage, 9.
So, Hallie, you're watching this figure, no longer even a woman, no longer a person even, just sort of come towards you just like this mindless thing that is approaching you, and then you just watch this rapier come out from where the face used to be, and the body just sort of falls, and you are splattered with a lot of blood and ooze and guts and grossness, generally speaking. There are no more combatants on the field. What do you do?
I'd like to look over at Alex. Alex, do you need any healing? You look kind of rough.
I am
She's on
bleeding
fire.
everywhere. I am
Cool.
scorched. Yes.
Well, can I medicine her too, please?
You can now attempt a
heal, I
treat
can
wounds
medicine.
check. Yeah. Yeah, you can do a
Okay.
treat wounds. Yep. So you're going to roll your medicine
okay.
plus...
19.
Yeah, so 2d8 points of healing to Alex, but that will take about 10 minutes to actually administer. So it's a different type of thing. You used battle medicine in battle, and you just treat wounds out of battle. Is that correct, Jim, or am I wrong?
She can do it quickly if she wanted to. The only thing that it makes a difference in is there's a frequency for how often you can use battle medicine on a specific person. So if it's like, well, I want to be able to do it more or whatever, then you can do it quickly, like if you want. There's really no.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and speak for you, Lyra, and say you use just regular treat wounds so that you guys can kind of regroup here and have this moment. And it does take a few minutes. You are during what you guys are about to do, which is, I assume, talk. And look around and do whatever else you're going to do. You are healing Alex. You are in the process of administering first aid.
So,
And while
what do you
I'm
do?
healing, Craig, I knew you weren't dead. Hi. And can I hug him?
Well, are you
Also,
going to
you
heal
have-
Alex?
Well, yes, I'm healing. Okay, fine. I'm healing Alex. It's so great to see you. I'll hug you in a second. 10
You
minutes.
know me?
Oh,
Are you
you're
Alex?
Craig.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what?
That is not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Who is Alex here?
Back up.
And I scan everyone, and are you? And
I start walking towards him, but I'm just kind of staring at him. It's me.
I'm here. You're Alex.
Yes, but how do you not recognize me? You're... What?
I've been... Sorry, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, you go.
I've been walking. I
In circles?
showed up in a field, not in circles, no. I just found myself in a field, and I've been walking, and people know me, and I don't know who these people are, and they want my autograph, and they're telling me that I look just like the real Crag, and I am the real Crag, and I don't understand what's happening. Really, I think I might have died. I don't know. One moment I'm fighting glorious battles. I'm there fighting dragons. I'm there with Thorash.
Lyra.
We're running with Thorash and all the greatest barbarians in history. And then we feast. We defeat our enemy and we feast. And then I'm in a field. And I'm walking.
So how did you
Hi.
know to find
Hello.
me?
Yes. What's your name?
Oh, hi. Yes, I'm Hallie. I just had a quick question. Didn't mean to interrupt anything, but did you by chance come through a portal or anything like that?
No.
No.
I don't
if
think
not,
so,
it's
no,
totally
it's
fine.
just-
You don't have to have had.
No. I don't really remember
Okay,
what.
good.
I just know that I was walking through a field. Yeah,
Well, I've heard
I
lots
don't. I
about
don't
you
understand.
That you killed good.
I do kill good. Did you see me get those? What were those mush people? What?
There
What?
was something.
They look like you
I
guys.
don't know.
I turned to
We
Alex.
did. It was very
Alex,
strange.
Alex, I don't think he knows who we are.
Yeah, Craig, do you not know who we are until I told you I was Alex?
You remind me. You remind me of someone from the. You remind me of somebody from my past. Rady? Does that ring a bell to you?
What? Wait,
And
time
you-
out. This is
You
Diana.
kinda.
What?
Wait a second. You
What?
and
Excuse
you. Who? What's your name?
me? Lyra.
I point to Lyra. Lyra.
Your girlfriend.
It's Lyra. You're. Oh, it feels. It's almost like you're my sister, Kaira. It's really strange.
Oh, we are definitely not
And I
brother
don't,
and
and
sister.
and
What
Adam,
is
I don't
happening,
recognize,
Alex?
I don't recognize any of them. I don't recognize any of them, and it must be the fog from
What if?
being back.
So yeah,
Right.
so
I have a thought.
Go ahead, Allie.
I have a thought. So my thought is, there are some adventurers who, there's this whole thing where they go into another universe. It looks very much like them, but there's two olives. I mean, the two characters, and they're looking entirely the same almost, except the hair color is different. Kind of like that one Lyra of you, Lyra. It's very strange. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's a whole other universe. So what if this crag is somehow from another universe, which would be weird. It's just a thought.
Wait,
just
are
thought
you-
I would throw it out there. Is that something that's ever happened before?
Are you talking about? Did you say 2 olives? Are we talking about food?
Oh, I did know it was another adventurer. It's a department called Fringe, and don't worry about it. I follow lots of different adventurers of all times and places.
Well, I
What
was
the
sent.
actual F? I am not okay with this. I am not your sister. I am not your sister. I'm sorry. I am your girlfriend.
Do you know?
Also,
Sure.
you did die.
I did
You
die.
think you died? You did die. So, Alex,
I-
you were right.
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. But do you know Ash? Someone named Ash said they knew me and they recognized me. And they told me to find Alex, and they said go to the Glendale Institute or and where... Do you guys know Nancy? I woke up and I'm walking through a field and I'm just thinking about Nancy.
Oh, is that your
You're
new
not-
girlfriend?
You
And I
have
point-
a
I
new
point-
girlfriend?
I point to this guy. Are you Nancy?
I've been the whole time just hunched over one of these melted piles of goo, sort of surprised to be addressed at all.
No,
he's-
not Nan-
He's our personal note taker. Not really sure why he's still following me, but yeah.
Why am I here? Why was I taken from the halls of Thorash and brought back here?
Crag?
Who did it?
Nope, Crag, you died.
We'll talk about that
That's-
later.
Well,
Died.
I mean,
died in
Craig-
battle.
I have a
So,
Yes.
so Craig, you do know. I mean, her saying that you died makes. I mean, that makes sense because you do know that
Yeah.
Thorash and the endless fields of battle are what await a true barbarian warrior at the end. So you're aware that like that makes sense. It makes sense that you died, but it certainly doesn't make sense that you're alive. But you do know that you have been at least in the alive form for at least 2 weeks or so, and over that period you have started to remember a few things. Initially when you just found yourself walking, you weren't even really sure of your own name, and a few hours later you were like, no, Crag, yeah, that feels right, yeah. And then as so things have been coming back to you slowly, and these people definitely seem familiar to you. They don't line up with who you think they line up with, as you're getting feelings of like your sister and your former flame. But like, there's a familiarity here that you have with at least those two. The other two, complete anomalies. You have no idea who Meyer and Hallie are.
So what are we doing here? Why are you here? What?
Well, maybe you can answer another question then. Do you know a Marcus Brown?
If he remembers Marcus, so help me.
Marcus.
Allie, do you carry a picture of Marcus? Because it seems like he can only recognize you.
Marcus!
Wow!
Did
Was
Marcus
that a
do
yes?
Crag,
that
do you
Oh!
dirty
remember?
wizard?
Okay, wait, hang on. Okay, one moment.
remembers
I
them.
don't think that Marcus did it. Marcus is missing. He's my dad. Hi, I'm Marcus's daughter. We're looking for him and my mother. And they just went missing somehow, and I have no idea how. I don't know where they went. I had nothing to do with it.
I need a drink.
Did Marcus?
This is
I need a
much.
drink.
Marcus
I'm with
bring me-
Alex.
Did Marcus bring me back? Did Marcus do this? Did he
Okay,
bring me
listen,
back
if
here?
anyone brought you back, it's entirely possible that it was me, and I didn't mean to do it. Things like this
Did you bring me
happen
here
sometimes,
too?
but I didn't do it on I don't know. Anything's
Maybe this
possible
isn't-
when I'm around, apparently, I guess. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's you.
I really
I don't
like
know.
you. I really like you. You can stick around. She's actually nothing like Marcus, Crag.
Thank you.
She's not like Marcus. She actually
That's
is
a good thing.
helpful.
Lyra.
Yes.
Right? Lyra?
Oh, I
Yes.
love to be helpful.
Yes, she's lovely.
Ugh.
You'll really like Hallie. Yes, I'm Lyra, your girlfriend. We'll talk about it, but why did you die? Because I left so that you didn't die.
Zelsi killed Crag and Quigley.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry to hear that. I want to be upset with you, but I'm not. I'm just really sad about it. Maybe I'll go through those stages of mourning and reach angry, but right now we're just very sad about that. I'm glad
This
you're back,
doesn't
though.
make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. I've been searching for 20
You're telling
years,
me.
and I finally gave up. And how are you standing here? This does not make any sense.
You tell me. You tell me I should be fighting dragons with Thor. I should be feasting right now. You think I want to be back here?
Yes.
Okay,
For
then
So-
we'll turn around and walk away.
No, I
So
follow
you
Alex.
guys,
What if?
so
if-
about this time in your conversation. Sorry, Hallie. Sorry. Just want to let you know about this time in your conversation. You have fully healed Lyra or Alex.
No.
Lyra. So if you want to hug Crag, you could. But Meyer, what are you doing during this whole time? Because you had mentioned something about being near the body, so I just want to check in with you really fast.
Yeah.
Oh, I have things
Yeah, I
to do.
actually wanted to see if there was anything that I could glean from the remains of these clearly shape-changing type creatures, or undead, or alchemical constructs of some kind. After spending some time examining them, regardless whether there was anything, if it's clear that there's nothing to be gleaned from the bodies, then I actually would also like to investigate the boxes themselves. I want to know if they were intentionally sabotaged to explode like that, or if that was some effect generated from this.
Okay, so how would you be examining the bodies is the question that I'm asking. Are you literally just looking at them, or are you trying to diagnose them in some way?
This would, I mean, they're dead. At this point, I would be using any of my knowledge to determine what type of creature they are. That would be my concern at that point.
Cool. So do you have either healing or arcana I will accept?
Sure, Arcana I can do.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and roll a check for me on that?
Ooh, there we go. That's a 26.
Woo.
26. These bodies are suffering from something you've never seen before. What it actually appears is that they are rejecting their own physical makeup. It's almost as if the body was fighting itself and rejecting its own makeup. So you can tell that this body was, by your analysis, you believe that the body that came out was intact, so to speak. And then over the subsequent period of time, it seemed to begin deteriorating rapidly.
Ugh, gross.
Well, let me ask you
In the
this then.
meantime- Go ahead.
Is it a situation where like this is a dead human woman under the effects of some kind of disease, spell, or effect, or is this some other type of creature?
This was at some point a human. I mean, these are human remains.
Yeah.
This is
Okay,
a
gotcha.
human, but it has been afflicted by something you have never
Okay. Yeah.
encountered before. It does seem like you would feel like it's a disease, but there's no telltale signs of an
Sure.
actual disease. It just feels very symptomatic to be like, okay, but the disease feels like itself. It feels like it didn't yeah. And that's what you could tell from, and you do feel that this was at some point magical. Like whatever created this was magical. In at some point in its line of creation, magic was involved. As for the crates themselves, you move over to those right about the time that Lyra finishes up healing Alex. So we'll kind of jump back to the group discussion.
Yeah.
And we'll see if everybody else wants to kind of get involved with that as well, Meyer.
Well, I had a thought. Well, I was just going to say, what if we continue talking about this as we head towards that House of Cleansing Flame? Maybe it'll give us some answers to solve these questions we have.
I'm okay with that. I think it's a great plan. Can I also heal myself now that I've healed Alex? At the same time as walking?
I think you can try treat wounds on yourself. And
Treat wounds,
Hallie,
okay,
in the
thanks.
meantime, I know you were afflicted by some of your oracular curse. You are more than welcome to take 10 minutes to refocus, and that 10 minutes could have already passed, obviously. And that would have dropped your oracle curse down to minor. You would no longer be afflicted by the moderate curse.
So then what that means is that Hallie is walking around a lot going, oh, it's so great to actually be able to walk. I mean, as much as it's fun to teleport, it gets really tiresome when you just want to go right there and just walk there. She's just talking to anyone who hears her.
I'm
Sure.
listening.
And Lyra?
Also, I got an 18. May I go?
Yeah, you do 2d8 on healing on yourself.
Adam, I call you Marcus. Can I look at the crates and see if I see a stamp of a name, specifically Killian?
So what you... Alex, as Meyer goes over to the crates, and Meyer, you're pretty focused on what caused this crate to do this, Meyer. And what you're able to determine without even a check is that this was designed to do this. This specifically enacted in a way to when one was open, and when it opened, this is what would cause it to, like, this is what happened when trying to mess with the mechanism. But Alex, you know that while this is, you recognize the manufacturer of this equipment. And Lyra, you actually, as she, like, when you get done sort of healing, watching Alex sort of look at it and delve into it, you also recognize it as well. And even Crag, there's a familiarity. You're like, I feel, it's almost deja vu. You're like, I feel like I've seen this before. Pinpoint it. But while it has been heavily altered and redesigned, it is very distinctly a version of the resurrection pods listed in the basement of the Glenwall Institute.
Mm-hmm.
While those pods used a number of fluids to grow the organism, this device appeared to function without the need for liquids. No doubt, maybe using earlier some kind of substitute. But you definitely know that these came at some point from somebody involved with the Glenwell Institute.
Gross.
And knowing that, we are going to take a short mid-show break and return after the break.
My hammer.
Oh, yeah, that.
Return after the
is
break. Nancy's her hammer. We'll be back after the break. We'll see you in about 8 minutes or so, everybody.
Become inspired by Sirenscape Online Player's massive sound library and weave your tabletop legends by building custom sound sets that bring your immersive world to life. Simply download the app to access the entire Sirenscape archive anytime you need epic sounds. The online player works perfectly alongside any virtual tabletop to bring your players together no matter where they are in the world. Broadcast your custom sound sets in real time with flawless audio quality to give them a game they'll never forget. Get the Sirenscape Online Player today at Sirenscape.com.
Hey, Eric? You okay?
Sure.
Aren't you excited to roll dice tonight on dragons and things?
I guess.
Come on, what's wrong?
It's just... I can't stop rolling twos. It's my curse. Every time I get a new set of dice, after a few rolls, they're ruined. How am I supposed to smash my enemies and destroy all that stand against me if I keep getting curses all over my dice?
Why don't you just get some more dice?
What? Get in my car? Go out into public? Interact with a stranger in an economic transaction? That would never work. Just wish there was some service out there where I could create an account, pay some money, and a company would send me lots and lots of dice every month and I wouldn't have to do anything at all.
Have you heard of Tabletop Loot?
Yeah, they deliver amazing dice and gaming accessories. But what if I got a new set of dice and my curse just ruined them?
No, it's perfect. You just need to sign up for their monthly loot box.
Monthly loot box?
Yeah, you get at least 3 sets of dice every month, plus a few surprises. Once you create your account, you're set. It's only $20 a month.
That sounds like it might just work. I can get 3 sets of dice, I roll one until it gets infected by my bad luck, and then I switch to a new set. But what if I break my curse and I don't need dice as often?
Easy, just change your subscription from quarterly to biannually.
Awesome. I'm gonna head over to Tabletop Loot right after this and sign up.
Oh,
Well, can I use your dice tonight?
oh no. You're cursed.
Sign up today at tabletoploot.com to get your monthly loot box. And make sure to watch Dragons and Things every Friday night on Twitch.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, nothing. Someone took the last of the coffee and didn't make any more.
Well, it wasn't me. I don't even drink.
No, I wasn't really blaming you.
Then what?
Well, I was just...
I get it.
I'm sorry. I didn't even know you were there.
But I'm Jesus.
Okay.
Did you not get the memo? The part right here? Do not take my name in vain?
I actually did get that.
Maybe we should revisit this part about life.
We don't really need to do that. I'm sorry. It won't.
I hope not. You don't hear me running around the office yelling, Matthew! Every time I stub my toe or get a pube caught in my zipper.
What?
Matthew, I'm going to forgive you. It's kind of what I do. But watch yourself, okay?
Nothing?
Oh my
God damn it.
Stay back in your turn, Dick.
He had his freaking finger out of his...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Also, like how you went right into Lens. You're like, Lens, wrong.
Yes.
Nope, now it worked. Hi, everybody. I don't know why I muted myself before the break came back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Dragons and Things. I did see a few comments in chat that were from some new names and from some names that we haven't seen in a while. So I wanted to take a moment, do a comment break, and maybe address a little bit, give a very brief recap of what got us to this point. So let's bring in the players first and foremost. There they are. And then let's do a comment break and talk to all those wonderful folks out there in internet land.
Comment break.
Now,
First comment.
Jim, I find it really funny that as soon as you got a wild magic that allowed you basically to double everybody's bonuses, everybody's been like, nah, we're good.
Stop. Yeah, they're done. That's enough.
I was going to use mine, and then Crag ended up killing the last Alex. Or the last Lyra. Or whatever. I don't know. Never mind.
Well, remember, bonuses carry
Oh,
over
thanks.
from episode to episode.
This is true.
Woohoo!
Can I read a
welcome.
comment?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
go
ahead.
for it.
Welcome back. Your first one.
My first one. This is one that stands out right here. It's one of the more recent ones. Who eats a banana on the toilet? From Penguin Witch Doctor.
Who eats a banana on the toilet? But it's a serious question.
Who does
eats a
that?
banana on the toilet?
Well, at least
Or
we
I don't
finally
realize
got
that
a
there's
comment
an answer.
about that, you know? At least we finally got a
It's a
comment
finite.
about that.
Skylily 083 says, great to see you back on the channel, Crag.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's good to be back.
And you never left the channel. You just weren't on
Never left.
Dragons.
I never
and
left the
Things, 'cause
channel.
we
I
weren't
just
doing
wasn't. Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Danuzo.
Man,
Yeah.
I will tell you what is amazing to see about our community. We had like many months off, and then we came back with like under 100 subs, and literally in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, we're already at 417 subs.
Holy
It is
cow.
crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
you
you.
so much for that support. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Some of that is coming thanks to some gift. I know that Sarah BC1 has been gifting some subs all through the first half. So that's fantastic. We have, of course, our long-standing resubs. I know Elite Trooper 348 resubbed, and he's got, 34 months with us?
Wow.
Fractured Avatar
Thank
resub.
you.
He's been with us for 11 months on the sub train.
Thank you guys.
Thank you very much for those guys.
That's awesome. We have some new follows from Drimp101 and Sneak Attack Jack.
I love that.
That feels on the nose for something. I feel like that might be somebody who's been around. We also had All Things Fantasy raid us earlier, and Sarah BC1 was gifting some subs all around, kind of in the ones and twos and not the subsplosions, but giving out some to it looked like Kuragari and Wow Galgun, and Scott Danuzo doing the same thing for Heroes Shade, and of course we did have some bit bombs that came in from Scott Danuzo and the Cadence, and some huzzas
Thank you guys.
as
Thank you.
You guys are so awesome. Saint Sarah's generosity knows no bounds. It's incredible. The
It's
mom
crazy.
of the Dat fam. It's crazy.
It is wild. And I see Ready Blair 1 in chat trying to get should we tell you in the story, Ready Blair 1, or should we just tell you? He says we want to know, is Crag's return related to the wish? Oh, as a subsplosion. That's a huge one from Penguin Witch Doctor.
Cow.
Is Crag's return related to the wish? Inquiring minds want to know. I mean, do we just tell you, or do you find out through the show?
What's that? Just do that
There's
thing
a
where
win?
you read like the last page of the book. We'll play through it. Just read the last page of your notes.
Cliff notes. Cliff
Okay,
notes.
gotcha.
Did that in high school.
Oh, it says in story, of course. And Lyra gets the hero points, so Lyra goes up to 4 hero points.
Oh my gosh,
Nice.
That
thank
is
you.
awesome.
Or is that 2
So
Why?
oh,
Why are
wait,
you taking
what's
two
that?
from
I
me?
mean, are hero points doubled along with other bonuses, or no?
Oh yeah, they would get 2. Yeah, that's right.
That's a lyric.
That's right. And Jim would lose any bonuses, so Jim, well, you don't have any bonuses currently.
All of my 0 bonuses are gone.
Yeah, you don't have any bonuses right now. Hey,
I've
look,
already
my
heard
first
his
experiment into
He's
wild
still
magic,
great.
all right? I'm figuring it out.
Ooh, it's still good.
So as we go back into the story, I wanted to kind of catch putting us up exactly what's happened here. So we're going with a detailed recap, so we'll stick with us here. It's about 20 years after our campaign that ended with Crag's and Quigley's death. In that campaign, Lyra went back in time, sacrificing herself. And Alex was basically the only remaining member of that party. Suddenly, some 20 years later, Hallie showed up, Marcus, saying she needs Alex's help to find Marcus and her mother. They set out on a quest, and they've more or less picked up a rise addition in Lyra, who had no idea. Not sure. I don't believe Lyra knows why or how they came back to life.
No.
As well as you've all seen, doesn't know. And Meyer's there investigating something because he's truth to be found out there somewhere, somehow. But haven't uncovered at what they haven't uncovered of seems to be, for our moment before break, well, I don't know why everybody says I'm cutting in and out. Why are we? What's
Choppy.
Choppy
Choppy.
sound from chat.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, is it so bad that we got to stop everybody, or can we move? Can we go on? What's everybody think? All I was saying was, in the meantime, it does appear that these bodies that came up have something to do with Alex's ability to be resurrected through her past.
Oh man.
Okay. So hopefully that's just a temporary thing. But you guys are all standing there on the docks. Alex, Lyra, and again, Craig, it's not really the same connection to you, but it's familiar to you. But Alex and Lyra, you definitely feel like this came from either the Glenwell Institute or somebody who worked at the Glenwell Institute, or yeah. So what do you guys do?
Well, I just forgot. Is there a spear around? I liked that thing. Can I take that with me? That got thrown at me? Do I see it? Are I still over
Yeah,
there?
the spears. Yeah, there is a spear. There's a sickle.
Can I take things?
You can take things. What things do you want, Lyra?
Can I have the like a knife? No, I don't really want the knife. I hand that over to Alex. Can I please have the spear? What's a sickle?
And I have a bad feeling inside about as soon as she grabs the spear, something comes back, and it was Lyra, right? I'm not sure that you should be handling a spear. I feel I've got a bad feeling about it. I feel like, did something happen? Was there
Okay, so you remember one of my worst experiences where I couldn't save someone, but you can't remember that we dated for a long time?
Almost had a baby.
And I literally sacrificed myself so that you could defeat who you died against.
Almost had a
You
baby?
can't remember these things? Yeah.
I am trying as hard as I
sister.
can to remember things. I'm trying.
It's okay.
My
It's
best.
okay. I'm going to give you time. It's fine, but I will be fine. I've been practicing in a different dimension with other spirits, and I was just fine. They all survived. And I...
Craig, do you remember Marcus and Amy? That's their daughter.
Isn't she pretty?
This is crazy. You seem nice.
Oh.
For
Thanks.
being Marcus's daughter. You seem pretty nice. Right? Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, a little
that's not
crazy
the
because you
first
keep
I've
talking
heard.
about. But you keep talking about. Can I ask you a question, Hal? Can I call you Hal?
Me?
I'm gonna call her Hal.
Yeah, that's new. Sure.
Hey, Hal. I just wanted to ask. What were you talking about? Different dimensions and going through and walking normal. I kind of just want you to unpack that for me.
Oh, it's not important, probably, or anything that we have to worry about. It just happens. Portals.
You know,
You've seen them.
I may be blonde,
Sometimes.
but that smile and the way you're talking right now, I absolutely know you're either lying or don't want to talk about it, or think that I should know something that I don't.
Oh, I just... okay, listen. This is... Please, nobody stab me. My father disappeared because of me. I sent him through a portal on accident, and I don't know how to get him back, and I really need help, and I didn't do it on purpose. Please, nobody stab me.
That's
no
Marcus's
worries.
daughter.
Actually, that's fine. But
So how
Checks out.
How do you
kinda
expect
great.
us? How do you expect us to find Marcus if you put him through a portal?
Well, I don't know what going through a portal meant. Listen, I've not lived in this kind of space that we are currently existing in for most of my life. It's very nice. There's grass everywhere, and I can, walk around in it, which usually is harder, simultaneously easier and harder to get to. Anyway, that's beyond the point. I thought that maybe if I could find my mother, because I don't think she went through a portal. I don't know. She's always off in different places. But I have this book. It is their book that they talk to each other in. But I can't make any sense of it.
Oh,
Yes.
we've seen that.
Oh.
You remember the book? You can't remember Alex or me. You remember a freaking book?
I don't remember the book. Who is this guy?
Hold
Do I
on,
know
Meyer.
this guy?
Do you have
No one.
anything about portals in your notes?
He's just writing
That would be
notes.
quite...
I mean, I have talking about portals in my notes. If it's very interesting, I'd have to send it back to headquarters and see if there's anything that comes up on their radar. But I'm just making an observation. So when you guys talk about portals, I write that down. Portal, I write that down. But really just kind of, it's not my job to evaluate the data. It's all technical.
Have you seen one recently, Meyer?
A portal? No, I haven't seen any portals. I mean, the only thing she keeps talking about. You know what? That one. Could you actually, you're not a wizard, right? You didn't study magic.
No.
You didn't study
No,
magic.
but I
So
can
if you
do...
could actually, do you worship a deity of any kind? Is this sort of a sorcery? Is it sort of like innate magical ability? Like, do you understand the source of your power and how it's affecting you?
I just know that we had to live out of space and time so that I didn't cause problems.
Wait, when you say you had to live out of
sure.
space and time. Who imposed that upon you? Please describe them in Greek.
Marcus! My dad.
So Marcus, this Marcus, who you
Let me
threw
see.
into a pool, insisted that you live outside of space and time?
We had this nice little spot where no one would get hurt if, say, for instance, a portal just magically appeared and people wouldn't fall through it. But as you can see, it didn't work entirely. It did and didn't. I don't know. I don't know. Supposedly there was some sort of prophecy or something that was put upon me when I was when my mother was still pregnant, and here I am.
Oh yes.
I guess
There you are.
fulfilling that or not, or going that direction. I don't really know.
Hal, so Amy and Marcus, they found each other, or Amy's just been kind of not in your light, or your mom?
Oh no, they've both been in my life, but they don't. They have different thoughts on that prophecy and what it actually means and if it's real or not. So my mother was all about training me to prepare for the prophecy, and well, my dad thought that was not something that needed to be done. So
he taught you how to make a portal.
Different. No, that just happens sometimes. Although now it seems to be maybe I have a little bit of control over some of it, but that just seems to make everything in the area start to die, which is great when I'm trying to fight someone off, but not great.
Wait a second.
Say they're my friend.
So things die off when you're killing them? Well, other than killing them, obviously.
That's what happens.
No, I mean, like, they just die off. So us falling apart, us, the bad guys, bad Alex and bad Lyra, was that magic or was that you?
Oh, well, if it was me, I didn't do it on purpose. It's a constant thing that's hard to figure out.
It's not a thing she did.
Oh, okay.
Their rapid degradation, flaw in their makeup. These were people. Something has been done to them.
Ew.
Well, the result is probably less than what was desired.
Okay, Meyer, we don't know a lot about you. You just kind of write about everybody else. So, like...
That is my job, yes.
How'd you find Alex? Or how'd you find Hallie?
Well, I actually found Alex because I was put on an assignment to observe her. Hallie happened to be there.
Wait, who put you on an assignment?
I work for an organization. They prefer not.
What organization?
They prefer not to be named. But it is somebody, there is a member of that organization who you may once have worked with. At least worked with Alex for a while.
So,
Swift.
How do we know? Sorry, go ahead, Alex.
Swift Winds?
Oh, no, we don't work with Swift Winds. We actually, Swift Winds made a considered effort to have us sort of, in a legal sense, destroyed after a very high-profile incident some 2 decades ago where we severely disrupted one of the research and trade deals they were working up in there. It's all in the past, but no, Swift Winds is definitely not somebody that we... Again, I'm not at liberty to divulge
You're not at liberty to
specific
say.
information.
I heard you, but I don't like your answer. Because if you're
I'm very sorry about that, ma'am.
No, because if you're researching my friend, why would you be writing about Alex? Alex, are you
I'm
okay
actually
with
researching you, too. This whole phenomenon is actually quite fascinating. For example, we see this tall man, this crag,
my
appears to have, who has come back from the dead. You, who have apparently you keep saying you sacrificed yourself. Then we have the blue here, who apparently is pushing wizards into portals and living outside of space and time. And then, of course, there are all of the localized wild magic phenomenons, the strange and aberrant weather patterns that seem to follow us.
Yeah.
It's all very, very interesting, and these are the kinds of things that I am taking notes on. I don't really make any...
And that's fine. But someone told you to take notes on Alex.
Yes. That is correct.
I don't like that. I'm very, I have trust issues, and I don't feel good about that.
So
you don't?
You
noted.
Meyer, is it? It's Meyer.
Meyer.
That's correct.
Meyer, you've been taking notes. You've been documenting everything. What happened to my Warhammer? Where are my belongings?
The thing is, we have not come across a Warhammer in my tenure with Miss Alex here. Though I do believe that in some files, I can start digging around. They did give me some background information, and but I know that there was a hammer, but we haven't found it. I don't know anything. I don't know where it is. It's certainly not in my purview.
You would have been born with not born. You would have been buried.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's
It's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline. No,
you were buried with
it. That's the tradition in my tribe. Is the belongings are buried with the body, or
so. Addressing that really briefly, you mentioned the weather. It is now foggy around you, so mechanically, negative perception checks, but the weather has changed to fog. So in a rapid succession, it went from snowing to raining to now fog. Earlier in the day, it was confettiing on you. While you guys are having this conversation, you can certainly be doing, please let me know what those are, but you guys also know that Crag does not seem to be equipped with anything that is you remember from him. So in other words, he has this maul, which it's definitely not his hammer. And he wearing clothing actually at the moment.
Really?
It's not
acted differently then. Oh.
There's a shirt that says Team Crag.
Well, there's no shirt, so to speak. It's that it's probably have a shirt that's like you're wearing like a headband of the shirt, and then you're just wearing pants. But you are wearing pants, which is weird. But Crag, you know that you got those from Ash because she didn't have any loincloths just sitting around.
Because I appeared in a field naked and I was just walking. Like
that is correct. Like Terminator.
Terminator. I was gonna say it.
Isn't this a whole museum of you guys' stuff? Maybe there's something in here that you could use.
There's a museum?
Should we go look? Yeah, it's cool. Maybe you'll remember I'm your girlfriend.
Are there any other crates? Rady, you said one of the crates didn't have a name that was kind of like scratched out.
So the third crate had the second Alex in it. Or the third Alex, depending on how you want to think about it. The second Doppel Alex was in the crate that you couldn't make out the name, and the reason you couldn't make out the name was simply because there were other boxes stacked around it. So you just didn't see that on the side because the sides are labeled.
Are all these boxes related to this shipment, or?
It's very unclear. These three boxes are very large, as we mentioned. Like you could fit, you mentioned if they were coffin size. They're technically even wider than a coffin, but about as long, maybe a little bit longer. But these are fairly. I mean, they're huge crates. Everything else that's around there is definitely more like what you'd assume, like some boxes, it's hard to see with my little limited frame here, but like definitely some smaller boxes, and then some like chest size wooden crates. But those ones, you at least know that there were a number that you came across in the barrows that just seemed to be loaded up with the artifacts from the barrows.
Let me just pop open a couple of these just to take a peek and see what's inside.
Sure. You don't check for traps and just go to pop them all open. They all pop open. They do pop open, Alex. There are no traps to these. These crates appear to be just things that you would expect to find in a museum. Old artifacts, some like bones, some old not rusted, but like old weapons. Clearly not magical because they are worn and damaged over time. Pieces of paper, coins, like just just old artifacts. Nothing that strikes you, nothing that jumps out at you as like, oh, I recognize that. Now, Lyra, there were a few things, Lyra, that you recognized back in the barrows as you kind of ran through, but all of that stuff was like stuff that you recall that at the time the Knights of Arendar wore a specific type of like belt and sash, and that was something that you saw down there, not on the knights that you fought, but like as an artifact. There were things that you recognize as belonging to Ferinin, and these are things that you recall in your now former life, in the past, when you were living in the past.
Is there anything?
Hey, there's a raid! Raid!
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Eric. Appreciate that.
Is there anything to take?
Sure. What do you want? You want
I
the
don't know. Tell me
broken?
what's
Do you
there.
want the broken vases? Do you want the statues of Ferinin?
No.
The busts of Arendar? Do you want any of the Quigley memorabilia? There is a lot of Quigley, like coasters and mugs, things like that.
Yes.
They all have,
Yes.
Quigley's likeness on them in one way or another. Okay, so great. Yeah, you can grab
I'll
some
take a
mugs
mug.
and things like that.
Just one. I can only carry one, really. Is there anything like sharp?
There's all the weapons from
yeah,
Alex.
there's some old
but I don't
like daggers and stuff. There's nothing here, Lyra, that would strike you as usable now.
Are there potions? Okay, well, you just answered my question. Well, where were you saying you wanted to go, Hallie? I'm kind of bored.
I'm gonna walk over to Crag as she's asking that and kind of like tug on his pants and look up at him and be like, "Pants? Does this feel weird to you?"
This all feels
What are you
weird to me.
doing? What are you
I'm
doing,
not
Alex?
hitting on Crag, even though he called me Naridi. Don't worry about it.
I'm just checking. Just checking. All right, going.
Oh, I believe I feel like somebody said that the House of Cleansing Flame, I believe, is the last thing that we heard. It does. It sounds like we might want to bring lots of water. I mean,
Oh, I should sleep.
natural-
We should sleep.
It's understandable.
Everyone
Sleep.
Me too.
Everyone
I love
but
sleeping.
Hallie. Everyone, you know what the House of Cleansing Flame is. Crag, you don't recall it specifically, but in your journey here, Crag, you saw a lot of signs for it. So you know, all of us know that the House of Cleansing Flame, and Alex and Lyra,
Museum.
you know that's life. The House of Cleansing Flame is basically the head of this area, in this region. You have been there, Alex. Crag was there. Lyra was there. Well, maybe Lyra was there. Lyra was alive at that point. But Lyra, you've been there in the past.
Alive. Yeah, I was alive.
Been there in the past, Lyra.
It was
but that's
minute.
Jim Jam, walk away. Just walk away. All right.
But there was, I mean, that's where the High Aegis is. That's where Quigley was doing a lot of work with the Church of Arendar. It is the seat of power for the Church of Arendar in the region, and it is a fairly large city at this point and well known in the area. You do know, based upon the signs that took you to get here, it's at least a week's journey for you on foot to get there. So you'll have plenty of time to rest on the way, but you could certainly rest before heading out too if you want.
Why do you want to sleep so bad? What is the...
Well, here's the thing. I used up all my water and all my healing. It's like a thing. Used to know this,
So
but
drained.
whatever.
So drained.
Yeah, tired, so tired.
I had a squire named Quigley, right? This is coming...
Yes.
Is that... You guys are talking about the squire? So, as he was
a squire and then he became a knight. And he also passed away when you passed.
But he was annoying.
No.
No. I can't...
Yes.
No, yeah,
No.
maybe. No.
At
Sometimes. Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. He had his
Trying to
moments
slide
like
on.
everybody.
Okay.
Why don't we start walking, and then I'm sure at some point we can find a place to rest. But we need to.
I think that sounds great.
Walking.
There
I can
are
walk now again.
I'm so happy for you.
you guys.
Also trying to figure that out.
You guys begin walking.
Used to be able to
Some of
fly.
you are very dirty, covered with blood and guts and stuff.
Me!
It's
worth
lovely.
noting.
Mm-hmm.
Worth noting that you are rather dirty.
Is there water?
There?
Oh, we're by the
there's
docks,
water in
right?
the area. Actually, well, there's no docks here,
Oh.
Alex, but there's water. There's
Should we
there is
all
water.
get in
you
the
can
water?
use you can use like what's the thing called? I mean, it's a well, really, is what it is. But you go up and down, and the water comes up.
It's a well.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a well.
it's
It's a well.
yeah, pump. Yeah,
well
well.
pump. Well pump. Yeah, there's a well pump. Arender's Eats is right here. It has that type of running water where you can get that. So you could just go
Is
in
there
there
a
and just
lake?
wash up in the sink. There's no lake. No. Again, we're just in like the woods. There's no lake or river.
River?
We're just right here at the barrel.
I'm gonna start
We have
washing.
showers.
I like showers.
I'm
You
gonna-
really should just put a body of water in here. It'll just be easy. Just make one up that she can get in.
There is a small puddle.
That's what Jim used to do.
a small puddle.
She jumps in it a couple times.
Yeah, Dash, look how happy she is in that water.
Oh, so great. I can't wait till I can make it again.
Oh, you're making muddy puddles everywhere. What are you trying
Jumping
to do?
in muddy.
over here?
Jumping in muddy puddles. Thank you very much. Jumping.
Puddles are
I'm gonna
quite fun to
start
jump in.
cleaning.
I agree.
Okay. You guys get cleaned up
Yeah.
and you begin making the journey to Anderley.
Okay.
That
Anderley.
night you guys can do whatever you'd like on the journey, but in terms of that first night, you make camp and everything is okay. It's interesting that you actually have to kind of turn back a couple groups that didn't see the sign that said that the barrows are closed, and so they kind of come up and they're like, it's like families and like priests and stuff looking to make their pilgrimage to the holy site, and you're like, oh no, it's closed, go back. And so they're very sort of disgruntled and kind of head back. The journey to Anderley takes more than a week. And so during this time, the weather continues to shift chaotically and without warning. Some days are biting cold and wind, while others feature the now familiar confetti or scorching heat. Despite these oddities, the remaining aspects of your travels are uneventful. The roads grow more populated 2 days outside of the city, as does the advertising. Signs and even billboards pop up ever more frequently along your route. Most of the signage in one way or the other emphasizes the many incredible aspects of joining the Church of Arender, and often utilizes the imagery or spirit of Quigley, Orissa, and other notable figures in the church's history. As you guys travel, what do you do? You're about 2 days outside of Anderley.
If we pass one of the billboard signs, I want to point to Orissa and look at Craig and be like, do you remember her?
Craig, it's been a few days now.
Yeah, it's been so over the course of these days, we're walking and I'll just randomly say things. Kimbleton. I'll just be saying names and things will be popping back into my head. So we've been walking for a long time. So most everything is back except the memory of me ever having a girlfriend in Lyra. And that's all. That's still not there. But most everything else is starting to.
Do you remember Alex? You remember Alex?
I remember Alex. Alex is deadly.
You don't remember.
No, I remember.
You don't remember me.
You're vaguely. I remember you with red hair.
Yeah, I used her.
I
just.
Yeah, there's like
Okay,
this kind of chill between the two of you. You're not really like that. Hug's never really materialized.
Never.
But
That
she
did not
kind
happen.
of like but every once in a while you catch like looking at you a little bit like, oh, maybe he is the guy I remember, and then you're just sort of like looking at the trees and not paying any attention.
Yeah,
to her.
you don't care. That's very unfortunate. We'll have a discussion about that once you remember me. up the discussions we're going to have, starting with you dying. We'll start going to have that with you until we actually, like, when you can remember me. What's the point?
Meyer, Hallie, anything going on with you two?
I mean, Hallie will not stop talking as long as nobody's. She's nothing specific, just anything. She rambles a lot. That's mostly what she's doing. Nobody's talking to anyone else. She's rambling at them.
Gotcha. Meyer?
I think Meyer. No, I mean it just paying special attention to any of the anomalous weather, any magical and or otherwise inexplicable events that occur around or to this group of people. Paying special attention to things that Crag appears to remember as time passes.
Hallie is probably talking to Meyer the most because Meyer isn't talking very much. So, just throwing that out there.
Makes sense.
I just don't know, and I'm going to turn to Alex. Alex, I just don't know about this Meyer guy. Like,
you're telling me.
Yeah, but why are we letting him continue coming if he's gonna, talk to us just to get information? What if he's trying to create more of what we just fought off a couple days ago?
I don't know. He's really annoying. All he does is follows me, so it's nice to see him follow someone else other than.
Yeah, I guess. I just don't want to fight us again. That was weird. It was really weird. Also, I really missed you. I think you should know, when I was gone, I looked for clones of you just because I missed you so much. Trying to, have a piece of home.
I've been searching for 20 years. To be honest, I gave up.
Oh. Well, I'm going to take that as you missed me, too.
I do miss you.
I did miss you. I did. I looked for you. I'm really glad that we're back together again, even though we're missing a couple. Clearly, Craig doesn't remember anything.
It's just weird that everyone is kind of like me, rebirthing. I don't get it. I don't remember putting you guys in the Glenwall Institute. Doesn't make any sense.
Oh, but you know what? I could tell you something really cool. The reason I thought that we were still in my dream was because I literally was dreaming in the other dimension, and then I woke up in my dream thinking kind of like in a different layer of my dream. But yeah, I totally thought that my dream was, I don't know, I just woke up and then I saw you guys and you guys turned into, flames. I mean, you have a black flame around you, which is really cool. I can change the color if you want me to, but I figured that's the color you would want.
Black is.
Okay, cool. But yeah, everything's on fire, but I'm pretending like it's not right now, like the grass.
So you still see everything on fire?
Yeah, well, it's not like the worst thing in the world. It was really annoying in the beginning, but everyone kind of has an aura around them. And then sometimes I can make the flames jump. Watch. Wait, you can't see them. Never mind. But still, they do that.
I turn to the rest of the group and I'm like, okay, does anyone have wine? I can't take Lear anymore right now.
Well, you can't take me. That's not very nice.
Just the things you're saying, it doesn't make any sense. None of this makes any sense. Crag doesn't make sense. Hallie doesn't make any sense. Meyer doesn't make any sense. You don't make any sense. I don't get this. I don't.
I don't get many things either. I was actually hoping that you all would have more answers, so...
Well, you know, Hal, here's the cool thing about that. Eventually, when Crag remembers that I was his girlfriend, and we can just figure out why I'm seeing fire everywhere, and, get back to being at least a little bit of our crew, we're really going to be ready to find your mom.
Dad.
Surprise!
And
Mom.
And Dad, yes.
Mom.
So, speaking of questing...
Amy.
You have arrived at Anderley. It has been about a week. Anderley itself is hardly. What's that, Alex?
I didn't say anything.
I said ta-da.
Anderley itself is hardly the city many of you might remember. Its borders have expanded many miles past the old town limits. And while a great deal has been constructed in the way of housing, there's an even greater expansion of commerce, much of it skewing towards military and religious sensibilities. But despite this heavy emphasis on the armed service, but notice a definitive lack of soldiers. Speaking of that, as you walk into town, the people seem to be very in all of you. They actually stare mostly toward Crag and Alex and Lyra. And you notice that many of them are reading from something and then pointing towards you. Many of them have this, and it's like they're referencing a particular... And then Hallie, you realize what they're reading. It's Erendite Times.
Oh, it's
And
that.
so Hallie, I looked last time. I don't know why I did this, but I totally misspoke. You were like, "Did I read this?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, if you bought the newspaper." And then because I had this whole cool concept in my head. Well, what you do is you actually buy like a 6-month subscription to the news, and then that newspaper actually refreshes every time there's a new newspaper. So it's a sheet of paper that every time there's a new bit of news, the paper. I'm noticing that the internet is like really crapping out over.
Everyone is saying that you're cutting it out. Yeah, I see it too.
Okay, well, Cadence is a liar. Who lies? I'm calling you out, Cadence. Everyone else is not fine. No, what I'm noticing is I'm actually noticing that the internet is not smooth over here. It doesn't seem to be anything to do with anything.
Curse you, Spectrum.
My internet. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll give it a shot. So anyways, Hallie, you can read from the Erendite Times.
This is really neat. Newspaper.
So.
It changes.
It says, "Greetings, defender of truth. What a joyous revelation the High Aegis has deigned to greet us with this very morning. A surprise renovation on the tomb of our great hero, Sir Quigley the Bold. Trust me when I write that I, too, was as pleasantly taken aback as you. But as fond as I was of the beautiful murals, striking sculptures, and exquisite botanical bounties adorning the grounds, I must admit I am excited to see what comes next. For only an even grander tribute to our grand hero must surely await. This, of course, explains the odd noises reportedly heard coming from the way of the churchyard during the night. Surreptitious construction can only remain hidden for so long. I, for one, applaud the knights working throughout the night to begin such an ambitious project in an attempt to provide even greater excitement to the celebration. Now, I know each of you is excited as I am at what is in store, but let's remain dignified in expressing our elation. We'll have no more attempts to sneak peeks past the barricades for glimpses of the work. In fact, I have the heavy burden of reporting to you that such attempts will be met with swift and heavy justice. We must respect the closure of the House of Cleansing Flame and the holy site of our bold hero. Lastly, these final words directed at those parading around behind the moniker, the Mad Monkeys. The weapon of Erender, the head of his holy army, has declared that those participating, aiding, or conspiring in such acts of violence as seen recently by those masquerading as former associates of Sir Quigley the Bold will be dealt with in reciprocated fury by the Knights of Erender. In order to stay safe, please leave any costumes depicting the likeness of Alex the Rogue, Crag the Barbarian, and Lyra the Oracle, as well as the villain Marcus the Hatless, at home. If I may add my own thoughts to the ordeal, the Mad Monkeys are floundering, fighting for relevance in a world uninterested in their brand of stubborn tomfoolery. I know you, dear reader, see this new attempt for what it is: pathetic, cowardly, and proof of the violent tendencies they have for years erroneously denied. Enough rabble for today, says I. Time to look toward a changing future. one in which we have a bold new look for our heroic Sir Quigley's final resting place and a year of celebration ahead. For now, Defender, as always, may the purity of Arender be with you. Stride boldly forth. Sir Quigley very much approves of you.
Is he really
everywhere
approving?
we're trying to go closed?
Say that again.
I'm sorry, say it again, Hallie?
Megan? Yeah.
I said, why is everywhere we're trying to go closed?
I don't
keeps
know. I
happening.
mean, I feel like
Is it a
someone
holiday?
doesn't. I feel like someone doesn't want us here.
Right, it does feel that way, especially since it said to stop wearing the clothes that you're wearing and stop being the people that you already are, which is weird. It's specific.
Yeah,
I
was
like
that
my
about-
outfit.
That was about
Me
us,
too.
right? That felt like
That's
it was
rude.
about
It
us.
needs to be.
Yeah.
Are we the
Yeah.
Mad Monkeys? Am I a Mad Monkey?
No,
No.
no. It's a spell that Marcus did. No, you're not a monk.
Lyra, what were you
No.
saying? You said something.
I
Alex,
was just
you're-
comment.
Go ahead.
Oh, great.
Alex and Meyer, you are aware of the group known as the Mad Monkeys. They're basically like a gang, more or less. They're a group that tends to protest a lot of establishment and preaches ideas of apathy and isolationism. They seem to take after Marcus in a way that idolizes him, where most of society has a spin of Marcus that is negative. They see him as a positive.
Interesting.
Hmm.
But I don't know this.
Adam, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
You said it's 20-some years later.
Yes, sir.
How different is everything for me? Am I shocked to see things? Are things surprising me? Am I walking down the street and asking?
I mean, your Anderley is vastly different from what you recall, Craig. You definitely, like, the world is different. I mean, these billboards of Quigley are not anything you remember, and the expansion of the Church of Arender is huge, and it seems to be pervasive. I mean, in everywhere you look, but especially here in Anderley. This city, which you recall as like a city that kind of had a celebrated stance in the Church of Arender, where there was the House of Cleansing Flame, which is the church that kind of was there. That's now become like, it's now become this almost like a, because the church is the army, or the church has an army. This has almost become like a military town. You know, where you'd imagine like a town outside of an Air Force army base or something like that, that's been built up to sort of feed that and provide for that. What I wanted to mention was that Meyer and Alex, while you do know that the Mad Monkey like have been known to graffiti things and protest things and been violent. That's never, at least heard. There certainly has always been the church's spin on things, but you specifically know that like there's never been any specific reports of any particular violence to a person or being or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or just stare.
So people are basically just staring at you, and you know, as you kind of get close, they're definitely stepping back. You know, they don't seem to want to deal with you, or they want to gawk at you and see what's happening. These are a lot of people waiting for a car crash to happen. You know, like they're very interested to see what's going to happen.
So, couple of things on that. If everyone's staring at us, it means that if we wanted to sneak in anywhere, well, it might be hard to do. Sometimes having attention is a bad thing. It could be a good thing. We could spin it to our favor. But maybe we should get out of public. Because those people are making me uncomfortable.
I'm kind of with you there.
Well,
Yeah.
you've actually managed to walk up to just about the House of Cleansing Flame.
Oh, great.
The
Perfect.
the
Let's
grounds
break it.
of the grounds of the House of Cleansing Flame are massive and protected on all sides by tall stone walls. As you approach the main entrance, you see many signs indicating that the site is closed to the public. Standing watch outside, barring the entrance, are 2 knights. One, a young man, no more than 5 feet tall, without even the earliest signs of facial hair. And the other, an old woman with piercing blue eyes and white hair poking out from underneath her helm.
Hello.
What do you do?
Hi.
Oh, hello there.
What's your name?
Oh,
I'm Marista Mori. What's yours?
Lyra.
Hello, Lyra. The House of Cleansing Flame is closed. We're happy to have you stand by. Although I would warn the 3 of you not to be dressed like this. Is this some sort of open provocation? Do you not read the newspaper?
No, we are.
no.
Or is
we
this a
don't
prank?
read. What are words, even?
Okay, well, I understand that you're looking to provoke something, and quite honestly,
No, we're not.
I'm
No, we're
not interested in that.
Oh, no, we
Why
would just
would we
like.
don't?
Right. Well, this one comes up to me and says that her name is Lyra, as if I wouldn't understand the meaning behind that.
Do
What
you
did I
know
say,
in
Lyra?
the meantime, the young man who's there is like, he's starting to like kind of like puff up his chest, and he's like, yeah, I think you guys better get a move along and change, get into some different clothes.
Did
I have a
you
question.
know I actually know 5 liras? So
I know
be anyone.
she does. It could, and maybe my name isn't. Maybe, and then I turned. But do they actually think that Crag is dressed like he normally is, or is it really just me and Alex? Because Crag
Well-
is in pants.
Crag is in pants, but the figure is striking. He walks around with a hammer. While it's a mall, it's still basically the same figure walking around with long hair, shirtless. He does seem to have bracers on. So it's basically as if
Nice.
Crag had a slightly different hammer and pants. But yeah,
like
it's pretty
Disney Dapper
noticeably
Day.
Crag.
Got it.
Right.
It is
Disney Dapper
illegal
Day.
to be tall and have long hair in Anderley these days. You're gonna need to
Hey,
shave
look,
yourself
you look
down
too
to
much-
blend in.
You look too much like Matt Mercer, and it's just trouble, okay?
Oh. Oh yeah, my
Well, you know, I feel like we need to find. And I turn to Hallie and I whisper, "But how close are we to these people?"
I mean, you walked up to them to talk
You're
to them,
right there.
so-
I know. Okay, so I still whisper to Hallie. And I'm just like, Hallie, I think that we need to go somewhere and change.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. Should
Do
we
you
just turn
know-
and walk away?
Well, hold on. What's your name again?
My
What's your
name
name
is
again?
Marista Mori.
Marista. That's so pretty. Do you know where I could find an outfit so that I'm not offending you?
Love, I don't know what game you're playing at, but it's not funny and it's not becoming.
Ew, I'm just asking where I can find an outfit not to offend you.
Yeah, we're trying to
Like,
shop
what
in your
in the
town
world?
and spend money here.
All right.
Make sure that you're
Bar-
not mad at
Barrick-
me. I don't like this.
Barrick, why don't you go see if the other lads want to come out here, and we'll disperse this group.
Are you like leading a
Yes,
pack? You're kind of old. You're not gonna give me an outfit? We're not gonna be friends.
I mean, she did kind of deserve it, to be entirely honest.
The old woman,
I was
Marista,
trying.
leans into you, Lyra, and says,
I lean in as well. Yes. Yes.
I've got over 40 years of service to this church. So if you think that I'm just leading a pack as a guard in the Knights of the Holy Errander, and you want me to go shopping for you.
No, you to go shopping. I wanted you to tell me where to go shopping. Unbelievable.
At all.
Yes.
Where?
What in the world? Why are you yelling?
Not
This
Like
close to
waves
me.
around. Just
Everything is
store.
closed. Everything is closed.
I'm
It's
gonna
the
push
middle of the
Lyra-
day, love.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
push
gosh.
Lyra
Oh
out
my
of the
God.
way.
Oh, good. In this one, yes.
If we come back with different outfits, will you
Let you in, love. It's
It's close.
Barrack.
Okay,
Please
let us
hurry
in
with the
another
group.
time.
This is
in another time.
another time. The grounds are open to look, love. You're parading around in a and coming up to me. The only reason I haven't had you arrested yet is it's honestly more of a headache than anything else.
Okay, maybe.
Now,
maybe
what is it that you
we should-
want?
Maybe we should
I'm
ask
Alex. This is
Okay,
Crag,
I'm Marista.
and this
And
is
Meyer?
Lyra.
Meyer,
Meyer,
are you taking notes?
I'm
Are you
walking
taking
away
notes
from the
because
script.
this
as
is
soon as she says I'm Alex, Meyer literally turns around and walks away.
Okay.
I mean, I tried that.
leaves.
So, Crag,
I'm curious.
Crag, you're. Oh, go ahead, Hallie,
Sorry,
please.
Hal.
Oh no, I'm just curious as to why being dressed like this is offensive. We don't really understand that, and nor do we understand why you are responding so
Strongly.
angrily towards us.
Okay. Love, you seem like a sweet girl, so I'll act as if you don't know anything of the world. Will that help?
Sure,
Yes.
patronize me. Go ahead.
Your group, you mad monkeys, have started something with the church that you don't have the ability to back up. So I would encourage you to just go about the rest of your life. The violent acts that you have perpetrated throughout Valdruin over the last week have, well, quite honestly, they've disgusted all of us. So it's not about offending us. It's about parading around in a giant uniform that says, "Hi, I'm here to attack you." Now,
What?
if that's not what you're here to do, I would encourage you to go home, rethink your lives, and find a new purpose to them.
What did we do exactly that is so horrible?
Now,
Yes,
Crag,
someone
you're
forgot to
standing
tell us.
there.
Yeah.
You're standing there. And Marista,
Wanna
in the
do
meantime,
something.
finishes talking to you, Hallie, and says, "Well, love, again, I don't know who you're supposed to be, but these three are dressed like the mad monkeys have been dressed that have been attacking. So, again, that's what you have done, or your compatriots. Now, Crag, you...
See why they'd be angry.
You were standing there, and
Yes.
you're watching this all unfold. And this feels oddly familiar to every social reaction you've ever been in with this group before. Meyer has turned.
He walked away.
Meyer has turned and walked away, but you see past the guards, Crag, further on into the actual yard where Barrack has started to walk back there to go. He's looking for someone. And it's actually surprising to you. You kind of take note that, like, there's very few people on the actual grounds that you can see through this sort of entryway. But what you can see ahead of Barrack a little ways up is two other young men about the age of Barrack. And they're dressed as knights. And they are attempting to pry open a few large wooden crates that look very familiar to you.
Oh. I see this?
Yeah, you
I
see
know
this.
Guys. Guys. And I get their attention and I point over there and look. Do those crates look familiar to you? And do they see at this point, can they see it, or am I taller than everyone? Or are they able to see it?
No, I mean, if they take a moment to kind of look past Marissa, she's kind of like like, what are you looking? You know, she doesn't know what you're looking for, and she's not going to like turn around. But you, the other ones, now that Craig's pointing this out, you do see there appear to be similarly size-shaped and styled crates that there are 2 young knights about to open.
What? Oh, we should go stop them.
Oh, hey, can I just throw fire at it and just set it on fire so it'll just not open?
I'm sorry, are you saying you want to light something on fire?
No, I just want to make sure that they don't open those crates over there because I think what you're talking about is actually in those crates.
What are those
and
crates?
We'll help you.
What do you mean, what are those crates? Those are for the celebration.
No,
we've been unloading for the celebration. What?
I think this is a trap.
What's in them? The supplies and decorations for the celebration. Obviously.
If you're wrong, though, wouldn't you have wanted me to set them on fire?
Good point.
I'm only saying this because you're talking about people that looked dressed like us. We already fought similarly the same type of thing.
This woman draws her sword.
Oh no!
She looks at you, Lyra. She looks at you, Lyra, and says, "It is time for you to move along, love."
I like
final warning.
I tap her sword with my spear, and I'm like, "Okay, we don't need that. We don't need violence. We don't want violence. Put it away. You're gonna be patronizing. I'm gonna be patronizing right back."
So she draws back her sword, as if to.
And I put mine. No.
From behind the guards, behind the guard, excuse me, further on in the yard where you're looking, Craig, you see and hear the loud splintering of wood and the escape of gas, accompanied by shouts and screams.
Told you.
As an alert bell begins to ring out, and the gas begins to clear, you hear the unmistakable sound of Crag's battle cry echoing from the cave.
I don't want to fight Crag. You better fight yourself.
I don't either. Someone give him a 5,000.
I'm going to run.
Needs like 10. He needs a whole 10.
I'm running towards the crates.
Are we? Are we though?
Yeah.
I am.
Everyone inside!
So Marista actually turns to run to help. So you at this point would be kind of running with her.
Okay. Yeah. Running with Marista.
She doesn't seem interested in you in this exact moment.
We're running, and I see. What do we tell you? I'm crying. Like we're running and trying to tell her. I would think we're still.
Yes,
we're
the good guys. Absolutely, with Crag.
Well,
so why don't we go ahead and roll? We're going to go ahead and roll initiative. Meyer, where are you in all of this?
Drinking.
Hey.
The pub.
Yeah, you are muted, Meyer, so I can't hear you.
I don't know, but then things took a turn, so I don't know now. Now that idea is, we'll see what happens. Probably pretty far away, though.
Probably pretty far away. You do hear the things, and I'd like you to roll initiative, but you'll be. Sure. You'll probably be, a turn or two behind them and catching up.
Yeah.
Hallie, what do you got?
10.
10 for Hallie. All right. Alex, what do you got?
6. I rolled a 1.
6 for Alex. All right. Lyra, what do you got?
10.
Okay. What's your perception bonus?
3.
And I believe, Hallie, you had a 4, correct?
Yes,
Okay, so it'll be Hallie, then Lyra. Crag, what is your initiative?
What's my initiative? Michael Jordan.
Wow.
I rolled really
well. All right, and Mr. Meyer, where are you at?
10.
Wow, 10.
And I assume you'll go behind the other two.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, so Crag, you are actually first to act. There is quite the gap between you and there. It will probably take all of your actions to get up to the scene, unless you obviously want to do something prior to getting up there.
I'm
the
getting
scene in
up
which
there.
you're... Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm getting up there. Do I see myself?
So what you see are multiple crates beginning to pop open. There are two, let's call them duplicrags. There are two duplicrags that you see, and there are two doppelgangers that you see. So there are a total of 4 figures emerging from the crates, and they are all acting and all attacking similarly to how you saw. Basically, the crates pop open, they pop out and begin attacking. And you can get up there. You will not be able to act this round, but you will be up there and ready to act in the next round. You just need to tell me if you're heading towards the... Are you heading towards one of the crags, or are you heading towards one of the Lyras?
Absolutely. I'm ready to knock Crag's head off. The dupa crag? Dupla crag? What would you?
Yeah, the dupla crag.
The dupla crag, I'm running towards the dupla crag, and while I'm running up there, I'm calling out what I see. We've got 2. There's 2 crags. 2. We got 2. 2. And Lyras. 2 Lyras. So I tell them, 2 crags, 2 Lyras. And I'm running with my maul, ready to get up in it. Ready to knock a crag's head off.
Now he knows who Lyra is. Well, this is good.
So speaking of knocking a head off, as you approach Crag, you actually watch your counterpart, one of them, actually swing their... excuse me, actually. One of them has a warhammer. The other one, however, has light hammers in both hands, and light hammers in like a bandolier across their chest. So as they exit, they begin throwing these hammers. And the other one actually swings his warhammer and does knock the head off of one of these young boys that was one of these knights.
Oh my gosh.
This
is so gory.
And the 2 Lyras, you notice, seem to activate the same ability, that incendiary aura, and begin heading out into the remaining knights that are there. There's only 2 or 3 that you can see, and they have sickles sort of drawn and are throwing spears as well. So it seems to be a very similar tactic to what they had done before. It is now Hallie's turn. Again, Hallie, it will probably take you most of your actions to get up there, if not all of your actions.
What kind of distance am I at from them? In regards to like being able to utilize range?
You are probably about no, sorry, that's wrong. You're probably about 100 feet from the combat. So in 3 actions, you can make it 75 feet. And then in a 4th action, so your first action on the next round, you could run up there and start to do some stuff. But if you have a spell range with anything, that gets you close, let me know.
It looks like most of my ranges are around 30 feet. Well, I've got one, but I want to use that one yet. So, I think what I do is just take one action to walk. I'll take two actions to walk that way, and then I was guidance on Crag to give a +1 status bonus to 1 attack roll, etc. or skill check before the end of your next turn.
Meyer, if you have any bonuses, you lose them, and Crag, your guidance is actually rather than a +1.
So my next turn, I get a +2 to 1.
Yeah, to a thing.
To a thing. Okay.
All right, so Hallie, you make it basically 50 feet up there and cast guidance.
Do
so
really good, Crag. I believe in
you. Lyra, it is your turn.
So I possibly want to. How close? I'm running, but I know I'm not.
You're 70. You're 75 feet, 100 feet away. Sorry, 100.
Freaking 100. Okay, I'd like to freaking 100. May I get up to 60 feet away in one action?
No, each action is 25 feet.
Oh, geez Louise. And where am I? 100? So I need to use 2 to get to 60, or like around there, right?
Yeah, to get to 50. Yep.
Okay, I'd like to use 2 actions to get closer. And then the 2 liras, are they by the 2 crags?
They're actually they're kind of on the far side of the crags at this point. So you would actually get to the crags first and then the liras.
Okay. Okay, and it would take how many if I wanted to use my fire ray, how many
It's a 2 action.
2 action?
2
All right,
action. Yep.
I can only run, really. I'm just gonna
Great. So you use all 3 of your actions to run up there. Meyer, you are basically you're like 150 feet, we'll call it, Meyer.
I don't
Sure.
Sorry, Lyra, go ahead.
I don't want to run too close to them yet. I don't want to catch
so
them.
if you use all your actions, you're still 25 feet away from them. You're still 1 move away from them. Now they can move 1 and come to you, on their turn. So you want to be 2 away, then just, you just tell me how far you want to be from them.
I would like to be 40 feet away.
Okay, you are 40 feet away.
Thank you. Okay, I'm sorry, Meyer.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, my intention originally was to see if I could actually find a different entrance to the grounds. Are there other areas are there other ways onto the grounds aside from the main gate?
Probably, but none within view. I mean, this is a stone wall that goes around, and there are certainly the size of these grounds. There have got to be other entrances, but this would be the sort of main public entrance.
Okay. Well, if there was nothing to find there, I mean, I guess I'll just run back the way that I came, hearing the sounds of commotion.
So at the end of this turn, you will be 75 feet away from them. That takes us to Alex's turn.
I'd like to. Is there any way to stealth my way up there?
Ish. Yeah. I'll allow it in the sense that there's a lot of distractions, a lot of stuff happening.
Okay.
There isn't. Actually, you know what, Alex? There are a few there's kind of like statues that kind of line the paved walkway forward. So yeah, you can kind of serpentine between the statues to kind of stay hidden. So yeah, go ahead and roll your stealth check. Or your stealth bonus.
12 plus 6. So 18.
Okay. Great. Yeah, you move up there. You are stealth. Jim, do you normally count that as an action, or do you it's just stealth moved?
While you can move while stealthing at half speed. That's how it goes. And then
so Alex, you basically make it 50 feet up there over the course of your full turn.
Okay.
So you're still 50 feet away.
That's fine.
At the end of your turn. Okay. Craig, that takes us to you. You are 1 move action away. You are 25 feet away from your 2 counterparts. One has just taken the head clean off of a knight. The other knights seem to be trying to rally, but you notice, Craig, that this is you fought alongside Wiggly, and you've actually fought alongside and seen Knights of Arendar. These guys are green. This is sloppy work. This is not.
Yeah.
There is disorder in the ranks. Now, Marista seems to have her head on straight. Like she's very clearly running up there with you, but and she's barking orders, and you can hear other knights around, sort of barking orders. Go ahead.
Is there anyone facing off with any of the fake crags that I could flank with?
There's about to be, yeah. Basically, one of those crags is trying to kind of how Hallie was sort of targeted by the one Lyra. This one crag
I need
seems
to
to be
stop
going for one.
Yeah, I need to stop any more crags other than me from knocking heads off of people. I am the only crag. I am the only crag that knocks the heads. So I'm going for that
so you
crag.
you run up there. It is a move action, or you could probably use your sudden charge and get up there as well.
Sudden charge. Yeah, sudden charge.
Great.
I'm going to get up there and I'm going to hit him or not. Wait, hit him. Yeah, that's good. So, Michael Jordan.
Really?
Michael.
Yeah.
That's
Jordan.
awesome.
Michael.
What does
Michael
that
Jordan.
mean?
23.
Oh, it's a running inside joke over
It's a
the
running
past
inside
years.
That
You don't know
that hits,
Michael
Craig.
Jordan? That hits?
That his
hits.
number's
Tell
20.
her it.
His number's 23, and Craig loves Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan. Oh,
So,
there you go.
11 points of bludgeoning damage. I bring the hammer down on this guy. I'm hoping he's pudding like the other.
I mean, he's solid. This is a people. This is a people that you have, and I mean,
Okay.
you do damage. I mean, like the body react that you expect it to. You can feel bone and muscle and sort of sinew sort of crush under your attack, but it's not like it doesn't liquefy or fall like that.
Okay. Now, does that counts as.
I believe that's
Sudden
2
charge?
actions.
So I could strike again?
Yep, but it only
Are you striking-
this one only counts as your second attack. Yes.
My second attack, I take a +2 from my buff.
You
Wanna
can
get
take
to
it on
use
the
that?
left. If you.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, I think it's technically the next one, but you can use it. Go ahead, you
sorry.
can use it. I don't care.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. So, oh no, that's not good. No, 9. 9. 9.
Nine,
Does it
nine,
hit?
nine,
9.
nine,
9. 9.
It does not. But this crag, sort of roars back at you, but then begins laughing, very similarly, and it's sort of like you obviously hit this thing with a hammer, but its rib has sort of poked out from it, and there's blood on its side, I say it, but it's you, Craig. It reaches down in that moment and grabs the blood and just licks it, looking at you.
What are these? This is
Well,
gross.
what these are attacking now.
Yeah, no.
So I'll handle Marista as well.
Oh no, I was just getting to.
So Marista runs up and she's trying to attack the other Crag. Her first attack seems to connect. She has, as I mentioned, a great sword actually, and she deals. It definitely does some damage to that other Crag, but it is not certainly stopped. I mean, if you didn't stop it, Crag, then that hit wasn't going to stop it. And her second attack misses. Now, those Crags... So, this is the Crag that has the throwing hammers, Crag, the light hammers. So this Crag actually looks at you, licks the sort of blood, and then goes to, you think, hit you. Because it raises up its arm to swing this hammer, but then it throws the hammer past you at the guys that you were attempting to protect.
No!
Oof. And that hits that young person and deals. Ooh. You actually see that hammer fly out and sort of like hit this knight on the top part of his armor, and that actual piece of armor just sort of flies. That pauldron sort of pulls back, and the hammer is like locked into his shoulder, and he kind of stumbles and falls. And then this Crag looks you in the eyes and attempts to demoralize you with an intimidating glare, Crag.
Oh, that's my
Attempts
thing.
to scare you. So you are now. What's your will? What's your will again? Your will save?
+6.
plus 6. So 16 is what I have to beat.
Yeah, 16.
Oh no.
That is a natural 20.
No.
You could have picked that up anyway.
So
when you pick it up,
were critted. You
Right,
are
it's an
frightened
8.
2.
Do I
Craig,
run
you are
away?
frightened 2. You
I
don't run away, but you are... I don't think he runs away. I don't think you
Panicked
do.
is the one that makes you run away.
Yeah. You are -2 to everything you go to do, Craig, because you're shaken by this. This is not you, but it's you, and it's terrifying. And then this guy, after he does that, throws the other hammer past your head at that same fleeing guy. You get a hammer in each hand. This one appears to miss. This one does miss. The guy basically fumbles and stumbles on that first one, and that hammer flies over his head. And that is all the actions that guy can take. The guy with the warhammer moves towards... Who would be the next closest? Actually, he's already engaged with Marista.
That's cute.
Marista takes a heavy swing from this hammer at her knee, and she sort of buckles back. And it's a severe hit. You can tell that she's significantly hurt. That was brutal and probably broke her kneecap. And the Lyras then, they actually move up to either side of you, Craig.
Oh no! Dang.
They try to hug or kiss me.
They actually flank you, and they look at you while flanking you, and each of them sort of blows you a kiss.
It's annoying.
But when they do that, they actually use the spell Produce Flame and target you with that.
Oh,
So Craig,
that's
from
rough.
each of them,
So good.
That's rough. He hasn't even figured out yet.
or you only get hit by one of them, Craig, as you sort of first one, you're like, ow, and you sort of move out of the way as the other fire, and you take 6 points of damage, and you are caught on fire.
Nice. I'm wearing a shirt.
And
My pants are burning off.
you will now take 6 points of instant fire damage, Craig, at the end of each turn. And the and
Do you?
the I need to look up one before I finish there. Produce Flame is a 2 action. Okay, cool. All right, great. So we move on to Hallie's turn. Hallie, you can start to hear from around the yard, like, who is it? Who are we attacking? Which one is which? What's that? Get the big one! Get the big one! And nobody really seems to know exactly what's happening. But there does seem to be more chatter coming from the yard. But Hallie, it's your turn.
Well, I would like to use one action to move closer to where Crag is, at the very least. Not the doppelganger Crags, the actual Crag. And since he seems to be in the middle of a bunch of Lyras, I want to use Portal Wound on one of those things, if I can. Get closer.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the... Sorry, which Crag was that? Was that the one that our Crag is fighting?
Whatever. I know that Crag's in the middle of a couple of Lyras. If there's another Crag, whoever seems the most dangerous who is currently attacking Crag, I will attack them with Portal Wound.
Great.
That is a 18.
That will hit. Go ahead and deal your damage.
All right, that's 9 whole damage. It's force damage.
That's a significant amount of damage. Again, that sort of force hit rocks this crag at the side, and he physically he moves and is rocked to the side, but he doesn't react to it as if in his reaction is joy. His reaction is elation almost. It almost seems I know we're on the DAT network, everybody, but it almost seems like he's almost like getting like off on this idea. Like he's like this feels really good to him.
No,
Eric, let it
that's
go.
not what's supposed to hurt.
Physically, he physically though you can tell the wound is significant.
Good.
Anything else you want to do, Hallie?
Yes. No, that's all. Just continue yelling at that crag to be hurt.
Cool. All right, Lyra, you are 40 feet away. What do you want to do?
If I want to use my fire ray, but now these two freaking Lyras are flanking Crag, can I hit both Lyras and not Crag? Because I can create this arc in any way that I can, but I want to make sure that the arc isn't going to hit him.
You're talking about fire ray?
Yeah. Can I?
It's a ray. It's just
So
it's a ray. It's a point. It's a straight line. So no, you're going to target one of them. You're going to target one of them. Yeah.
Okay. Can I target one of them?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. I would like to target one of them.
Go for it. At any point.
Yes. Can I target the one that actually hit Crag and actually got him in the face because she blew him a kiss and actually succeeded?
Yeah.
Get her.
All right. That's 13 on the die. That's just not gonna be a thing, right?
That's not going to do it on that one.
I'd like to re-roll then.
Go for it.
Looks like I have re-rolls, right? I have 3. I found
You have 5 hero points.
I'm gonna use one of those. All right. Oh, 16 on the die.
Okay. Your arc of fire goes spinning out, and
It's 2d6, right?
it would be if you hit, but that is a miss.
All right, re-roll.
Right, that arc of fire. Okay, you're gonna re-roll.
I'm gonna re-roll.
Go for it.
I got 5.
Okay.
20 on the die.
12 on the die. We're just looking. We found it. Okay, we
cool.
found it. Go ahead.
Isn't that critical?
Yeah, you know what? That's critical.
Sweet. Okay, and then 2d6, 8.
8 points of damage, and because this is a critical hit, you deal 1d4 persistent fire damage.
Nice.
Cool, let's do it. 3.
Get her.
Okay, so you've did 8 points of damage to that one.
I'd also like to stay put.
And then 3 persistent.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Great, and you stay put. Meyer, it is your turn.
Cool. I will use 2 actions to get 50 feet
yeah.
closer.
Hold on one second. Lyra, did you double your damage?
I didn't heighten, no.
No,
I didn't double. No.
Okay, so you did 16 points of damage.
So
that bolt of fire, basically burrows through his stomach and out the other side. You feel like is just about to fall, but then kind of pops back up. Blood pouring from her mouth and just this starting to consume her from beneath.
Oh. Well, I did. Yell that.
I will use 2 actions to get 50 feet closer, which should put me 25 in the action. We'll stop
Yes,
there. Pull out a hand cross. That's all I can do. That's it. 3 actions.
That is mechanic works. Alex, you are 50 feet away. What are you doing?
Can I use my heavy crossbow from here?
Yeah, I think you should have plenty of range for the heavy crossbow. Pull it out.
Yes, I'll pull it out.
Go ahead.
I'm going to use plus 17 bonus from the fans. Thank you, that fan. I'm going to aim it at one of the bad crags.
Okay, is that the crag that is fighting Marista or the crag that is fighting Crag?
I'm going to aim it at the one fighting Marista so I can prove a point that I'm Alex.
Great. Go for it. With your plus 17. Holy crap.
That is a 19 on the die, plus
Oh,
my
man.
17, plus my 6.
That is a critical hit.
All right, here we go.
That was an awesome use.
Okay, that is 14. 14 points.
14. That is significant. That arrow goes through, like, because you're kind of shooting from the side. So as that crag's fighting, you like the arrow comes up and it actually goes through his neck, and blood is just pouring from these two wounds, and he's just like trying to scream, but no air, like nothing's coming out, and it's just blood splatter coming up. But he continues to seemingly be very angry and swing at Marista.
Okay.
But he is significant. I mean, for any other human being, that is a significant wound that they would be reeling from. Crag, it is your turn. What do you do?
Who is next to me? The crag that threw the hammers is still there?
The crag and the two liras. Yeah, the crag that threw the two hammers literally is just mad dogging you and threw two hammers past you. He has no weapons in his hand, and then the two liras are right next to you, basically laughing while they try to light you on fire.
Oh, but I take how much? I take another 6 points of fire damage
You do
right
at
now?
the end of your turn if you don't put
the end of my
yourself
turn.
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't put myself out because I rage! Yeah!
Oh, goodness.
Yeah! So
He's back.
I rage. I'm back. I rage. And I'm knocking this crag's head off. This is...
Go for it.
Natural 20! I'm not kidding! Holy
Yay!
cow.
This guy was mad dogging you, and you just mad dog him so hard back.
So, what do I do with it? I double here, crit. That's a crit?
That's a crit, yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
I roll the damage twice. I forget how this works
Yep.
now.
Or you can double
Yeah,
it.
you roll the damage, roll the weapon
8.
damage twice.
So I rolled an 8 and a 12.
20 points of
20.
damage, and then you add...
What do you add to
Plus
damage?
8. So I rolled an 8 and I rolled a 12 and I add plus 8 to my... So it's 12 times
Now
2
you
plus
also
8.
double what you add to the damage.
Oh my gosh.
So I
So
had
it's plus 16.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That
So
was...
it's 36 points of damage.
Oh,
How far
my.
does that head... How far does the head go, Adam? How far does the head go when I knock
So
it?
what you actually do, Crag, is you sort of like tee up and just take the head off, and it does go flying. But then you're like not even done, and you kind of sweep his leg, and then just as the body sort of falls to its knees, you just come down on top and just smash down into like where the neck cavity is, where the head was, and your hammer just drives down into there.
This is so gross.
Yummy.
You destroyed that Crag.
That felt really good. So that crag is done. I can turn.
Yep.
I can turn and start working on the lyra that blew
That
me a
is
fiery
correct.
kiss, right?
There's and that one who blew you a fiery kiss is actually on fire and laughing maniacally. And you're on
I'm
fire
on fire
too. I mean,
too.
yeah.
And I'm having a great time. Let's get her. So
Get her.
not as good. Get her. I get plus 2. Where's it again? Yes. No. I'm confusing the Pathfinders. I'm sorry. So 15 is not going to do it.
15
15.
won't do it on this one.
I don't think 15's going to do it. It wasn't as good. I was too into that head stuff happening.
Do you have a reroll?
I don't have any.
Craig, you got 2 hero points. You have a reroll, yeah.
Yeah, I do. I didn't see it on my sheet.
Yeah.
I'm
you might have to
re-rolling
refresh. You might have to refresh your sheet. Yeah, go for it.
Rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Another natural 20. I'm losing my mind. Yes.
Woo!
That's a 2 on the die for the first one, and a 5, so not as good. But she's going to be destroyed. 6, 7. Michael Jordan points.
Oh my gosh.
Michael Jordan
He's a
points.
god.
Michael Jordan points does it.
Oh yeah. You actually
god.
you actually hit, and your hammer goes through the other side of her stomach because you hit the burning wound, and the hammer head is like on fire as it comes out the other
on
side.
Fire. We're all on fire.
And then you pull it out, and the body just lumps to the ground. That Lyra is dead.
Those
All
rerolls
right,
are silly.
all right.
The rerolls are silly because it is. You're just looking for a 20. That's it.
It's amazing. Those rerolls are amazing. What you
Craig,
talking
you
about?
have another action.
I mean, I turned for Lyra. Go on.
Hey.
Woo! That's a 20.
No,
See that 20. No.
no, it's total of 10. I mean, I could re-roll again. Do I use that other?
Yeah,
Wait.
go for
I mean,
it.
of course you do. Why would you not?
Why would I not?
That's 20.
Why would you
See
not?
that 20.
Let's get the turkey. We're gonna get the turkey. Cragged it. Number 2
Oh.
on the die.
All right.
So no,
That's what
It
it
meant to
misses.
be.
it's over.
It is
Thank
their
you for those
turn.
rerolls. Thank you for the hero points, though.
Yeah.
It is their turn.
Oh no.
Marista. Oh, Marista takes of sort of where that arrow goes through that crag. Marista just as that crag like sort of she her great sword and just swings around and just chops his head off. It just falls.
Yeah.
So that
Oh,
crag
Marista.
that crag is dead. The last remaining enemy is this Lyra here. And this Lyra is going to start casting at you, Crag. And that is another. Now you took those 6 points of fire damage, right, Crag?
Yeah, you reminded me. So yeah.
Yep. So this Lyra starts casting. This is the same spell you saw the one do before. This is Fire Ray, but with you just swinging around and around and around, she actually manages to miss you. So she will just take a swing with her sickle as the last thing that she can do. So the sickle, 18 to hit the sickle?
18 to hit me?
Mhm.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. I'm a level 1. I'm like a...
Barbarian. Who knew?
Okay. Crag, you take 3 points of
Okay.
damage as this sickle sort of just slashes across your chest.
What the heck is a
And
sickle?
That is well, actually, at this point, the other knights from around the area have come up and they begin surrounding you and this Lyra, Crag. A couple of them have like spears and drive in towards this Lyra, and basically you sort of watch this. In a way, if these Lyras weren't terrifying, it would almost be sad to watch someone you have cared about, all of you, get just sliced through with these spears and these swords and everything. I mean, it's just there's a number of people putting an end to the Doppellyra.
But did he feel remorse killing Lyra? Does he understand who Lyra is now? Craig?
Crag didn't kill Lyra. Your Lyra, he
No.
didn't kill you.
I know that. But like the other Lyras, like you just said that people feel sad kind of. Does he feel any kind of emotion?
Me? I'm raging right now. I feel rage. I'm on fire and I feel rage.
Yeah. Moving on.
So
I remember everything, though.
You remember me?
the last enemy falls, and there is one of the knights is in this very distinguishably nicer armor. It is gleaming, and he has a spear and a tower shield. And the spear has like a gold tip to it. And he hammers once on his shield, and everybody from Arender, sort of, from the knights, all point their weapons towards each of you.
Oh, come on.
And
Did
they say, drop your weapons or meet your end. And we'll pick this up next week.
Look, we just helped save people. Marissa better realize that.
How rude.
I know.
So we went a little bit over today. Sorry, everybody. We went about 20 minutes over because we started at about 6:10. I'm getting used to this timing thing.
But guess who we have back?
Look who's back, everybody. Crag's back. Crag's back.
He's back. He's back.
How'd it feel, Crag?
It was fun. It was fun. I was very nervous at the beginning, and I haven't played in a very long time, and I forgot how to do things, and I was not rolling very well until the end here, but I had a really good time, and it was good being back, and I'm glad. It was fun hanging out with everybody and being here. With you, and you, and you, and you, and especially you over there, Adam. You way over there.
Thanks, buddy.
Good job.
Let's check in with chat really fast. We had Sarah BC1 did some more gifts this evening.
Amazing.
Sir Carl Ethan got a gifted sub from Sarah BC1, as did Jaded Knucklehead. Nice. We had a resub from Sarcastic Fury. 12 months. Thank you so much. And an NPC me for Zach Attack came in. So as soon as we kind of get the mechanism to make the NPCs work for Power of the Universe, you will start to see fans, community, Dat Fam being NPCs in our show. We get to see all your beautiful faces. That would be very cool.
That's fun.
Penguin Witchhunter says, Dragon Bagon!
I know what?
Dragon Bagon.
His head falls off. And then you put it back on!
Man, I will tell you what, guys. That second shot for the vaccine, it got me pretty good. I actually reacted in a stomach sickness way. So
oh yeah,
I haven't eaten anything. I haven't eaten anything all day, and I'm at my limit. I'm ready. I'm ready to eat some food. This was a good show. This was exciting. I wanted to ask, and I know that we're butting up against time here, and we've had a lot of people tune out over the night, but just to check in with the cast here. First off, everybody doing okay? We're getting a little violent with dragons and things, so I wanted to make sure, is everybody, are we okay? Is everybody, doing all right?
What do you mean? Don't we always kill people?
Yes.
That's it. You got it, Alex. You got it, Alex. To know, does anybody have any theories of what's happening?
You talking to us?
Yeah, from you guys, or at home in the chat. Have any theories of what's going on? Go ahead, Alex. What do you?
I do. I feel like it has to do with my past, with the guy who's. Yep, I feel like maybe there might be some type of going on here.
They're making us out to be enemies.
Legend of Katie says, I have theories. Legend of Katie, you've heard all of my ideas. Penguin Witch Doctor.
She's like, I know.
Witch Doctor says, Vander's partner. Zippy Karma says, are we supposed to be thinking about theories? No, you can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, what in the world?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I really wanted to take rap to prove that I was the real Crag to that Marista, but I remember and it wouldn't work. I couldn't do it because I have pants. You beat me, Adam.
Jim, I did something you could never defeated the Crag Craps.
But hey,
I simply had Crag wear pants.
But here's the thing: you could get a loincloth from one of these guys that we're fighting. You could get your
Yeah,
outfit back.
are they wearing my stuff? They have like
They're
the guts.
looking-
They look like
I bet
crabs?
they do.
Oh yeah,
What do you
what do
think,
they look
Adam?
like?
They are in loincloths. It's not like
Told ya.
your loincloth. I mean, it would be very specific to, you know what I mean? Like your loincloth had a specific color and texture, and you wore it for a long time. These are loincloths, but they don't seem to be like uniform specifically, but they are dressed as you in the terms of they have bracers and they have a loincloth.
There you go.
And they have a little bit of like different armor around them, just like shoulder pauldrons and things like that. It's a leather. It's nothing fancy.
Okay, I'll probably take all of that. I'm gonna take a close look at that
Heck
hammer
yeah.
that one guy had and see
Heck
what.
yeah.
Okay, I got you.
You're welcome.
Cool.
Sometimes I'm
You guys
helpful.
made quick work of them there at the end. Thank you all so much. I will end it for the evening. Does anybody have anything
Bye,
else?
guys. Bye,
There's
y'all.
a real. Wait,
No.
we got here.
Bye,
We
buddy.
got it. Wait, hold on. We got a theory from Fractured Avatar. Can I read this theory?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
My theory is that one of the Marcus's experiments was real wrong or really right, and some big bad is trying to use Marcus and his wife and needs to keep it's going away. No, it needs to keep the group away. Huh. Interesting. So it's all Marcus's fault again. Always.
We can all agree.
Always.
No,
Time to go to the outro.
Bye,
everybody.
Good night, guys.
Night, everybody.
Bye, guys.